15. And I believe that's all you need,
right? Yep. Far Traveler, Emerald Enclave. Just need my pen to get as fast as Jordan.
Sorry, I know I went through that a little fast.
It's all good. What level are you now, Baku?
6.
It's all good. I know you're relatively quick on a few things. Z-Rock.
I'm trying to get the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot where my page of abilities went.
Oh, Jack already put it into the sidebar. Thank you.
I know that's easier.
Jack, our albino dwarf. What is it? Albino dwarf noble. What's your class?
Oh yeah, cleric. I think knowledge cleric specifically.
All right, a knowledge cleric.
I'm gonna type mine in real quick and then let the dog out. I'll be back in a few.
Thank you. Typing it in is really helpful for all those annoying little numbers. Got to make sure that if I crit on you tonight, I can make it thematical. Because Rosnasi has already taken out one character personally, i.e. Jordan's Tabaxi, Sky River Fog, this past Monday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Sky died. I'm super sad.
So keep that in mind as you adventure above the table.
If I'm quiet in some sections, it's probably just because I'm trying to let you guys decide what to do, because I've played through it, so I'm going to try and metagame as little as possible with them.
Got it. Let Deep do everything. Got it.
Yes. Take the initiative tonight. Ooh, look, the Beholder.
That's
Actually, I'm
great.
gonna mute my mic for a second while I go through all this.
Hope you guys are ready for tonight. It's going to be a good one.
They have lost.
Better bring your A game.
I will bring a game, yes.
Because know that I've already run through this layer twice, so I've memorized a few of the things, and I've let too many characters off easy. Let me put it that way. Generosity and the Fane of the Night Serpent is worn off. All right, Jural our Druid. One of my personal favorite classes. Level 6, Far Traveler as well, like Baku. Jural has 51 hit points, a 16 AC, and a 17 passive perception. Yeah, and Squeak should be here shortly as the tiefling seems to be knocked out unconscious. He had a little too much wine last night. Still waiting for him to come to.
Speaking of, that's a great idea. Wine it is.
Oh yeah, no, I'm enjoying the hearty Bud Light. Dilly.
Hey, Albert.
Oh, you did decide to come in, sir.
I'm going to try. I have the flu currently, so.
Completely understandable. If it gets too hard to talk, we still have the ability to text. That's what the little chat window is for, and it works very well for Jason whenever we have mic issues.
All right, do you still need my character information?
Yes, I do. Which one are you playing tonight? Because I know you always like to banter back and forth between which one.
I'm going to be staying consistent. I will keep Virgil.
Okay. Virgil, AC and health.
38 HP and 19 armor class.
All right. Passive perception and level?
Level 5. My passive perception is going to be 17.
All right, tied with Gerald. Class and race, Mr. Virgil.
Turtle Druid.
Another druid and another turtle.
Yep.
Background.
Hermit. And I'm the Dream Druid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, go Xanathars.
Yep.
What faction?
I'm going to go look that up. It is...
Also need one for Jack. And Gerald whenever he gets back. Oh, and just so everyone knows, you're actually going to see a quite elegant white raven come swooping down to you into the fane of the night serpent as you're surrounded by that big pool of water, pebble stones, and it drops off a piece of parchment at Baku's feet. As he lifts it up, it seems to be a seal of an estate salesman in the port of Narenzaru. He sort of rustles about, he unfurls it, and it seems like he has gotten a property. He's acquired some sort of dinosaur stable back in the port somewhere for you to have safe harbor or passage or store different things at for a little thematic transition because Fei-Chan.
Hell yeah. 5,000 gold later. Still got a solid chunk.
And Zero, I need your basic info. That's you're leveled up to level 3.
All right. Barbarian, human variant, Outlander. Current hit points 31, total 35, armor class 13.
And passive perception?
10.
And faction?
I have no idea.
All right. So factions have a little bit of purpose, not so much in Tomb of Annihilation. If you want to look them up on Google as we're going through it, the Adventure League faction system has 5 different basic guilds that you can be a part of. The Emerald Enclave are more nature-centered. Order of the Gauntlet, Knights in Shining Armor. The Lord's Alliance is the merchants and the higher nobility. Zentarans are more of the seedier roguey types that like to steal and sell things. And then the last one that I'm missing is Harpers. And they deal in old magical artifacts and kind of like monks. But those 5 different factions help for story hooks, and you can gain renown and different perks by being a part of them. In Cholt, if you get to a certain rank within your faction, you can actually purchase magic items from the merchant princes in the port. Because right now, all I have is Baku's faction. I'm going to need everyone else's.
I have no idea what this character's faction is.
You can choose it. What would an albino dwarf be? And Jiral's Emerald Enclave too, right?
Yes.
Cool.
I don't remember what each one meant or stood for again.
I just listed them all off in a little synopsis. Use Google.
You got it? My apologies. I was in the middle of a text.
It's
my bad.
I'm just can't see an Outlander barbarian being aligned with any kind of faction.
Zentarans, they use mercenaries from time to time, and they're just kind of guns for hire, i.e. one gun is left arm, second gun is right arm.
Order of the Gauntlet would be another good one for you.
Which one?
Order of the Gauntlet.
For a barbarian, yeah. Oh, and what was your background again, Z-Rock?
Outlander, Tribal Marauder.
Yeah, Tribal Marauder. I'm going to say not Order the Gauntlet. That's probably going to be a Zentaran member. Mercenary for hire, yeah.
Yeah, maybe Emerald Enclave.
Yeah, so we got 2 emeralds. Baku and Jiral. Virgil is a Harper. Z-Rock is Zent, and Zach is figuring himself out right now. But as we start off, what would y'all like to be doing as you've just slain this Hydra? You're standing with a massive amount of water sitting to your northeast, expanding off into a cavern with these 2 boats sitting there. One of them is partially wrecked, but still sailable. They're both not holding water, or not taking on water. There's a doorway to the north and a passageway that extends off towards the west.
Real quick, Al.
Yeah.
You got that link I sent you about adamantine weapons?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Completely illegal. Do it between sessions. Jiral now has a much heavier and powerful item. Seems to be toting around his staff with a little more vigor.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, what would y'all like to do? Well, I get everything drawn out because once again, this is a dungeon crawl tonight, lads.
Well, where would you all like to head?
All right, I figured out which enclave I want to be, by the way.
Which faction?
Oh, yes, that one. It's going to be
Which one?
Lord's Alliance.
All right, Lord's Alliance. We've got 3 different factions represented tonight so far.
Might as well see where these cowardly Yuan-Ti came from.
Y'all have already searched their bodies. I believe y'all got all the gold off of them. Other than that, they just seem to be wearing some very regal garb with decorations of Raz Nasi. All of them have those triangles on their forehead.
You did say that one of them had dropped a satchel.
Oh, yes. Did drop a satchel.
A satchel full of dice.
Yes. He has a bag of caltrops in his satchel. And it also looks like he has a potion of healing, surprisingly enough. He also has instructions from some written in Chultan, so one of your companions is going to have to decipher it for you, but your albino dwarf and your 2 turtles are able to talk about and translate it as a slave grotto. Seems to be run by some slave master called Ashar, and how she is seeking more more pickaxes for the mining effort. They're trying to expand some of the tunnels. And other than that, that's the pieces of parchment just seem to be different notes and bits from his journal, little Yuan-Ti drawings of his little egg back at home, things like that.
Seems as though they're excavating something down here. But what? Why would you do that here? Perhaps there's something valuable down here?
Well,
Beulah?
Beneath the ruins of an ancient city.
Forbidden ancient city at that.
Well, it's forbidden. I want to go.
You're already in it. You're underneath it. You're all inside it, man.
I want to be all up in it more.
Well, for that, you have to enter the Tomb of the 9 Gods so you can get 5 levels deep.
I want to get 6 levels deep in this dungeon.
Damn, that sounds kind of intense.
Not intense.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but what would y'all like to do? Again, still drawing out the map. Y'all kind of killed a Hydra. It's kind of just laying there. Your barbarians chewing on a couple of its tendons.
Skinning their heads.
Jiral's making some nice little lampshades out of the Hydra heads. It's like, oh, if only we could have gotten it to grow a couple more before we killed it. I heard of a couple parties that got it up to 9, 10 heads before they slayed a Hydra.
Well, once everyone is done dealing with the Hydra, I want to do burial rites on it.
Okay. Give me a religion check.
I got a solid 7.
All right. So as you reach towards the heavens and you pray to your lords to, well, sanctify this Hydra, a 7 really doesn't do you much.
At this point, Baku is going to redistribute health potions, so everyone has 5 health potions in their inventory. Keep in mind that when sessions end, those health potions come back to me, so any health potions you've gotten from me previously came back. So everyone now has 5 health potions.
Thank you for that.
And right now, I'm picking out some miniatures for y'all.
Well, where should we head? We only have 2 directions. Flip a coin, perhaps? Or does you have a preference?
Which way did those Yuan-Ti come from?
The Yuan-Ti came from this direction. I'm getting y'all's miniatures out right now. I'm lining them up so I can do a little introduction. Didn't want to just use dice for y'all tonight.
Well, do we want to try and go through this ominous door, or do we want to see where these guys came from? I just have to follow the trail here. And
Where did we come from?
Y'all came from here.
process of elimination.
Oh, and this is
So that's the water with the Hydra.
boat. Yeah, water with the Hydra.
And then the thing to the north, well, I guess it's to the northwest of that boat is the door, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a door.
Okay.
So this is the water. Dead Hydra.
Do we head through the door or through the cavern? It's up to you.
Just a little introduction. We have the little golden dwarf for Baku. We've got the white for Z-Rock. We have the thug for Jack the albino dwarf. Giral is going to be this little werewolf guy with the maul. Virgil, the other turtle, is going to be another dwarf, but since he's a druid, he's going to have the mage attire. And then we have Rylu that comes stumbling in, the tiefling. And if you wouldn't mind giving me your stats as you come stumbling in as well.
I am a level 5 warlock tiefling with 38 health, armor class 14, and passive perception of 11. A very whopping
and
11.
In faction.
I have the charlatan background, and I believe that I have the Emerald Enclave clan faction.
All right. Emeralds. All right, now that we've got everyone's information, you've got Dead Hydra over here, discussion of the doors, boats, and still a vast cavern going this way. It seems to extend further north past my compass. You've got a well-barred stone and iron rebar enforced door and another passageway extending off this way. Right now you're standing in small river stones that have been washed smooth by the water and time.
Is this time on our side?
What was that? Sorry, you're breaking up.
Just a joke.
Oh. Ha ha ha.
Can we see anything from across the water? Or is it
With the
just
passive perceptions of Giral and Virgil, you just see the water extending vast. But from one point, standing about right at the canoes, looking in a northeasterly direction, you see another cavern. It seems to be dry, extending to the east. It seems to be cut out, and there seems to be another little bit of beach. It seems to be about 100 feet away by water.
We did have water walking.
I think we're going to cast the water breathing as well right before we went.
Did y'all keep track of your healths?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, good. Just wanted to make sure. Otherwise, we would have to assume that y'all took a long rest, and then water walking might have worn off.
All right.
So what would y'all like to do?
Should we long rest? That's probably a good idea.
Again, the Hydra's still warm right now.
Do we need a long rest?
I'm feeling halfway to being healthy.
He's winded.
Yes, that's a good adjective.
Well, here, Baku's got this heap of health potions.
Yeah, you can just start chugging them if you want. He already gave you 5.
I do.
And a 2d6?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
What kind of health potions you chugging? A D6.
Top shelf.
Please let me know how many
is the wine.
So I can
yes, everyone keep track of how many healing potions you use. Baku has a crap ton, but he does have to keep track of how many are used during the adventure because they all go back to him and revert to his character once we complete tonight.
Yes. So let me know how many potions you're using, Jason.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I think it's
All
going to
right.
be After I do some math.
Barbarian, eating him some Hydra. Tiefling talking. Y'all just kind of looking between, let's go north or do we go south? Do we go north or do we go south? But wait, there's the water. There's a cavern back there. You have 4 different options right now. What would y'all like to do?
I would vote for the in my drunken somber state to go across the water.
What do the rest of you say? I am indifferent. We can go either way. I wouldn't mind taking a nice dip in the water.
Well, I believe Baku can go either way.
Say again, Jason.
I wish to walk across the water.
All right, looks
sounds
like
like
Jiraiya's
a
there too.
Courage, lead me across the water.
Yes.
Hazards, stumbling and walking and tripping.
All right, so can everyone give me dex saving throws? Y'all walk across the water.
Say again?
Picked my strongest saving throw.
I need a
Not
dex saving throw by everyone walking across the water. And I also need a marching order as y'all are going up.
Wow. Yeah, I got a 3.
I'll go in whatever order. I guess I'll be second.
Well, I'm walking forward, so I'll be in the lead for right now until somebody overtakes me.
I guess I'll
Okay,
be.
so right now we have Rylu followed up by Jack, the albino dwarf.
I guess I'll be closely behind him, like 10 feet, some shit like that.
Okay.
Baku will be in front.
Baku pushes up right next to the drunken Giral.
And
Or
Just-
the drunken Rylu.
Right.
can I note that for time being, Baku has his defender longsword as being adding all of it to AC.
Yes, it's good to know that your Ukrainian defender is adding everything to your total AC. Yes.
My
He
AC
doesn't know anything about it.
25 right now.
20. Oh, God, I hate you. I'm going to have to
You're
crit
gonna
to
be
hit.
targeting me with magic this game.
Okay, so all the saving throws for Baku. So as y'all come across, you're going to see a cavern on the eastern side of the water as y'all make it up to 100 feet on the side. What would y'all like to do? Is you have these 3 explorers up here, as your other 3 are in tow.
We lost the visual feed.
Oh, crap. No!
Shall we?
Oh, my phone just errored out of the call. 1 segundo. I was like, no, I actually have it charged up on the charger right now while everything's going on.
Well, shall we proceed? What was
You also
that?
see there's a cavern to the east, and the water also extends farther to the north. Another 200 bends to the west.
Did we take anything from that dexterity save we had to make?
Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I kind of want to worry about it.
Good to know. It's sideways, by the way, if you couldn't tell from everyone's head. I'm looking at it and I saw myself going like this, and I looked down and I see everyone else's head doing the same thing.
Oh, that was funny. And that was on video. Alrighty. So as y'all come across this little cavernway extending back into the darkness and the waterway extending towards the north, what would you like to do?
Shall we proceed?
Yeah, why not?
Any objections?
With caution.
What's the worst that could happen?
Proceed where? North
I
or
was
east?
going towards that beach area.
Wait. So we're passing by this cave?
There's a cave?
Yeah,
Yes.
look at the map to the right. Right to the
Yeah,
east.
let's go to the cave. I didn't know about no cave.
Well, the entire place we're in is giant cave cavern right now.
Yeah, and I want to get 6 levels deep. And
Offshoot.
you only get 6 levels deep by going through caves.
Okay.
Well, what are y'all doing as you approach this cave and you're just kind of lurking about in here?
Are there any objections to going into this cavern by heading north or whatever's up north?
I don't have an objection, but I have a dare. I think Rylu should definitely not do anything about fire right now and give us a light. I dare him to light himself on fire because he's drunk. I feel like it might
So
work.
you see the albino dwarf egging the tiefling on to do a fire cantrip so that he can light up like a candle?
Yep, that's what I am hinting at.
Baku is going to drink a health potion during this time, hitting max. Received back 2 4s. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to make my way toward the front of the party and kind of poke my nose into that cave and sniff around, see if I can smell anything.
Baku will.
All right. As you go, as you sniff around, you smell more. As you get seems rather damp in this area. You smell a familiar fungal smell.
Okay. I didn't catch anything before that.
Oh crap.
Yeah, you were cutting out a little bit.
1 second. Can you hear me now?
Familiar fungal smell.
It's a familiar fungal smell. It's rather damp in this area, but other than that, you don't hear anything echoing around the walls. You do see the cave extends past or further north.
15 nature on this fungal smell.
15 nature is going to recognize that there is some green slime that hangs on the ceiling above this entrance. As you look upon it, it looks quite dangerous. As your deck save, what was your deck save from earlier?
My deck save from earlier was 6. What was it? 16.
16, and you're able to dodge out of the way of the slime as you see the green slime just fall on the ground in front of you, making the inspection like, ooh, this looks a little dangerous. It seems to be quite slime and muck covered.
Maybe hold our breaths and possibly hold something above your head. If you're not feeling terribly dexterous, maybe hang back.
I shall be right behind you. Baku is going to hold his breath for the next hour and put a shield above his head.
Okay.
I failed save earlier, by the way.
Yo.
You said if we're not feeling super dexterous, just hang back, right? I wish to just hang back and listen to whatever Dean says, because I am not very dexterous at the moment.
I'm going to follow suit with that.
It's kind of a, hey, there's green slime drippings from the ceiling.
So do not let it touch you. Got it.
What are Rylu and Z-Rock doing?
I don't think Rylu is back yet.
Okay.
Zrock is standing back on. I ain't doing that.
All right. So 3 people standing on the beach. Jiral and Baku extending further in. The passageway widens into a cavern filled with fungi. Toadstools, puffballs, and other tremendous growths cover the wall and floor. Against the far wall, a malformed skeleton lies upon a patch of particularly buttery mold. A brass key hangs around its neck.
Baku, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
Oh, I don't know. What are you pondering, friend?
Oh, you totally missed it. Fine, be that way. Didn't get my pinky in the brain joke.
Oh. Sorry, I'll drink
Brain.
So there's bones and not so dry bones, and they appear to have a key. But there's
you see this
slime
patch
and
in the far
fungus
corner
and
of
mold
of this room, and as y'all go in, Baku steps in a particularly slimy patch on the floor and takes 2 points of acid damage from that failed save earlier.
Oh!
As y'all kind of step in, Baku, you just hear him go, "Oh God!" as he has the shield still above his head, thinking things are going to drop down from above. You've got about 30 feet until the skeleton in the corner with the brass key hanging around its neck.
I'd like to roll insight on the skeleton, try and make sure it's not an undead creature.
All right. Roll at disadvantage since you're 30 feet away, looking at a corpse, trying to tell whether or not it's undead.
12.
A 12 is going to see that it looks like a bag of bones. Looks rather dead to you.
Well, Gerald, shall we proceed?
You can always throw fire at it.
Perhaps. I'm just worried about maybe the other things that are on it. We might be able to use some of those. Ah, I'll go up to it.
Wait a minute.
Gerald.
Wait a minute. I've got something for this.
What is your plan, friend?
1 second. I need to remember what level the spell is. All right. Let's see. Touch a creature. If it is poisoned, you neutralize the poison. If more than one poison afflicts the target, you neutralize one poison that you know is present, or you neutralize one at random. For the duration, the target has
everyone to make Constitution saving throws.
On saving throws against being poisoned, and it has resistance.
Like hanging back?
Yes, especially if you're hanging back.
I'm sorry.
All right, so I'm casting
for everyone.
Can I get the spell off?
Oh yeah, you're able to get the spell off.
Okay, protection from poison on Baku.
Okay. And Baku gets protection from poison as you step into the slime, and Gerald's like, I can help with that.
Maybe not the acid, but maybe the fungus.
All right, Jack, I need you to roll me a d10 and a percentile. Brad, you are good. Or Virgil, you are good. Baku, you are good. And entering.
Save from Gerald.
And whenever I ask for checks, if you can enter them into the chat, that's actually really helpful. So I can read them off.
And it wasn't typing.
I know. It's all good. Because right now you see your albino dwarf get a little afflicted for those of you still standing towards the back. You see a massive mosquito on the backside of his neck. Seems to be sucking out quite a bit of his blood.
Gerald?
Jax and Xerox.
Okay. We don't see either of them, so Gerald and I don't know.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the table. And I'm going to go ahead and roll for both of these characters as Zrock is afflicted for 10 hours with an odd feeling. You are deafened for the next 10 hours, Zrock. You cannot hear a thing. Jack, our albino dwarf, for the next 60 hours is afflicted with... Whenever he takes damage, he has to succeed a wisdom saving throw. If he fails that saving throw, he is under the effects of a confusion spell. It lasts for a minute. So keep this in mind anytime that you are hit, albino dwarf.
Well, Gerald, shall I go up to the skeleton and you stay put?
What does confusion?
It's in the PHB.
Okay. Oh, here it is.
I didn't hear what you said, Gerald.
Right, so what are...
Baku is going to proceed with his sword kind of pointed out towards the skeleton and his shield over him to protect from anything that falls on top of him.
Okay.
He's going to go up
So as y'all proceed deeper, you see the room is filled with quite a lot of fungus. You see spores and all sorts of different patches of fungus growing around this area. As you'll get closer to the body, you see that it is long since decayed. It does not appear to have any sort of animated life to it. So it doesn't appear to be undead to what Baku expected earlier.
Excuse me.
Well, shall we grab the key?
Real quick. 19 nature on this mold that's covering this skeleton.
And 19 nature uncovers that the mold on there is quite deadly. It appears to be a deadly, it's a yellow mold that secretes quite a lot of deadly poison. And with that, Virgil, you are going to see the water on the western bank of you start to shimmer a bit as the stealth check of a creature doesn't seem to pass your eyes and your passive perception of 17.
Over there, guys. Something in the water.
As you see a head dart out of the water. So, Gerald, you're able to decipher this. It's quite a deadly mold that's covering the entirety of the body and the key right now.
Does it look like there's any way that we can sort of finagle it away from the corpse without exposing ourselves to this mold?
With your passive perception of 17, it does not appear to be a way. It seems to be completely covered in it. Someone's school lunch was left out way, way, way too long.
Well, Gerald, does Gerald, you tell me this?
No, of course I do.
Okay. Baku is going to try and take the necklace off with his sword. So kind of like put his sword like under the necklace and try and finagle
Give
it
me a
off
sleight of hand.
his head.
I will cast guidance on him.
Yeah.
All right.
Add a 1d4 to your roll.
Come on.
I'm still pointing out the
Oh my
creature
God.
in the water.
All right. So right now, as Virgil turns to Zrock and you try and tell him this, Zrock just kind of keeps looking at him. He doesn't seem to hear or comprehend what's going on. He's just kind of looking off into the distance, just nodding his head, still thinking, "Man, that was some good Hydra." As you turn to Rylu and your albino dwarf, the albino dwarf is kind of reeling, still having this massive whelp on his side of his neck from a large mosquito. And with that, Baku is going to do an amazing job at flicking the key with the end of his sword,
Absolutely.
sending it to the top of the cavern, crashing right into his hand. But he does still come in contact with the body, causing the poison spores to shoot out. I will need dex saving throws from from Giral and from Baku.
Here we go. Not one. Watch. God damn it.
Oh, actually, this is a con save. This is a con save from the spores.
10.
If it's poison, you have advantage.
Oh.
It is poison. You have advantage.
Sweet.
And that's a 19 from Joe Rawl.
Giral is good.
18 from Baku.
And Baku is good as you stave off the yellow mold as it just puffs closer towards you. On the outside, Virgil, you start seeing the head inch a little closer as you're still telling it to Rylu, Zarok, and Jack. And then you see another head begin to pop up from the south side over here.
Well, Gerald, do you think there is anything else that looks noteworthy in this cavern, or should we head back to the rest?
Does an 18 perception tell me there's anything noteworthy in this cavern?
And 18 perception goes over a lot of the funguses and molds, and it looks to be as if it's a garden of sorts. So if you have a harvesting kit for like an herbologist kit or an alchemy kit, you might be able to harvest some stuff if you have some mushroom-based desire. Other than that, there's no gold, there's no hidden treasure, just simple fungi.
I have an herbalism kit. I'd like to use it to try and harvest anything.
Hang on. Do we hear the commotion going on outside of our little cavern?
There is no commotion going on outside your cavern. Right now, Virgil just sees two heads popping out of the water.
Oh, okay. I thought he was saying something to somebody.
Well, he's communicating it, but he's like, "Hey, guys, I see heads."
So we don't hear that. Okay.
Now, if Virgil wants to scream this into the cavern, he can.
Do they seem to be approaching us?
Yes, one of the first head you saw seems to be approaching you now. He's moved 10 feet closer, still eyeing the group.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to yell. I can't roll RP as one of my current voice, but I'm going to RP that I'm going to say a lot louder.
Okay. So as you thematically say it much louder, I'm going to need everyone roll initiative as you see this UT creatures come running their way out of the water towards the 4 comrades on the bank. Z-Rock, Jack, Virgil, and Rylu. You are under attack by 4 UT brood guards with quite sharp teeth and, well, claws. If y'all could enter your initiative rolls into the chat, be greatly appreciated.
That D20 as well.
Yeah, it's a D20 plus your dex modifier.
So did I ever get the chance to cast Lesser Restoration on either myself or Z-Rock?
When did you declare you were casting that?
I typed it in a little while ago.
Then yes, you were able to get that off.
Okay, awesome.
What does Lesser Restoration do?
You can hear things now.
Huzzah!
The sound comes back in as you just hear snarling come off as 4 creatures come running at you.
Oh, shit.
Across the water?
From within the water.
Oh, okay.
They don't have water walking, so they've been swimming.
Are they doggy paddling?
Yeah, a little bit. One of them's doing the breaststroke, except he's like top half snake, bottom half human. It's kind of
I
awkward.
only dog paddle.
Oh wait, they're still off in the distance. So it looks like Zrock is going to get one of the earlier start off as he gets healed with this lesser restoration by the albino dwarf. Your hearing comes back and you're able to turn your head as you're the first to be able to respond as these creatures descend down upon the party.
Well, now that I see these things, I'm gonna try to intimidation roll to save them away, and hopefully our allies in the cavern can hear us.
All right. Give me an intimidation roll.
20 again, plus, what is that?
Your intimidation modifier, I think, is charisma?
Yeah. So, that'd be +3.
Roll that out, and Riley, go ahead and get your turn rolled out.
14.
So a 14 intimidation, as you look out, you cry out to these creatures and these heads coming out, trying to be as the most intimidating barbarian you can. And they still seem intent on coming towards the party.
Oh, man.
It is your voice, though, is echoing around the cavern and all that water area. All right. And with this, right before Rylu's... Oh, I hate to take away your nat so far, but they are going to get to come up. As they are going to get one turn of attacks on each of you, as you see these UNT ferocious figures with no weapons in hand, just their teeth and claws coming at you. They will strike with 3 attacks apiece. We're going to go around the circle, starting with Zrock. As these creatures come out and try and make contact, only one is going to be able to get his jowl or his set of jaws into you. He does 5 points of piercing damage as Rock, but the other 2 claw attacks miss. As we go to, let's see, who's that? Virgil. We have, all 3 attacks hitting on Virgil with his 19 AC, with the lowest being a 16.
Oh, wow.
And with those 3 making contact, you have 6 points of damage for the bite, 5 points for the first claw, and 7 points for the second claw.
So 18 total?
Yes. The one that comes up to the albino dwarf Jack that just cast Lesser Restoration is not going to be able to make contact with a single one, as his claws can't seem to penetrate your cleric plate mail. Rylu, you have the 3 attacks on you as well. Only one is going to be able to make contact, dealing 8 points of piercing damage. But that is the entirety of your turn. At this point, Baku and Giral are able to hear a commotion.
How is Book against the one that attacked me?
All right, con save.
Creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
He crit failed.
Awesome. That is
Go ahead and roll that
3d10.
damage and the crit attack damage against this one that just came running up upon you since you already critted on it.
That is 9, 18. 24 for Hellish Rebuke. Damage.
All right, 24 points of damage severely wins the creature. You knock off quite a few of his scales, but he still stands.
My attack was going to be Chill Touch. I had the question of, has it been an hour since we have faced the Hydra?
Since y'all did not take a long rest, no, it has been within that same hour.
I will use my bonus action to place my Hex upon the creature that's just attacked me. And then I will roll out damage. That is
Sounds
2d12 plus the additional 2d12 plus 2d6. Holy crap.
Go ahead and roll out or type out final damage whenever, or you.
I shall do that.
Oh yeah, thank you. As you just hear a massive hellish rebuke go echoing around the cavern. Giral, what would you like to do?
Ooh. If I dash, I should be able to get within 10 feet of the party.
Yes. Also, keep in mind that your passive insight picks up that this entire cavern is filled with green slime, and while you took your time coming in here, it's difficult terrain for exiting, and possible dex checks if you step in the wrong area, or dex saving throws for falling into it.
Is it considered? Hang on. Is it considered a liquid?
I'd say it's a gelatin, so somewhere between a liquid and a solid. Depends on what you're trying to cast on it.
Well, no, the water walk.
No, it's water walk would not get you over this one.
Okay, because it works on any liquid surface. Now,
I'd give you advantage on the saving throw.
water.
I'd give you advantage on the saving throw with water walking.
All right, you know what? Screw it. I'm doing it.
Okay, so movement and action to dash?
Yep. How many saves?
Hold on, shit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I'm going to need 2 saves at advantage for going around slime, and you are still 15 feet away from the party with your action and movement. Are you greater than 30?
No.
Okay, yeah. So with your 60 feet of movement total in this difficult terrain, that's how far you're able to get.
All right, first one, double 19s on the dice.
You are good. You're like, I remember you as you skirt around that little pile of slime.
Second one, you said Dex?
Yes.
15 then.
You're good. You still have fumble around a little bit. Your lizard folk claws sink into the earth, though, and you're able to dodge yourself forward. Anything else with your bonus and your free action?
What the hey, shillelagh.
All right. And you
nice
hear your lizard folk coming behind you, excited with his new adamantine weapon as he casts Shillelagh upon it. Baku, what would you like to do?
Magic adamantine weapon.
Baku,
I have typed out all the damage, by the way.
Thank you.
Baku is going to follow suit. The first one is definitely going to pass. The second one, if I'm taking both saving throws, second one I got a 12.
Okay. 12 is going to fail, and you take 7 points acid damage. As you come running up beside Giral.
Hey, buddy.
Let us make haste, Giral! And then I am going to declare that keeping the 3 AC, so 25 AC currently. And that is it for my turn.
For what it's worth, we all had water walk.
I know.
Okay. Sorry, dude.
So, Brad, what are you gonna do?
So I'm currently by myself now over there, correct?
Well, not by yourself. You're standing by 3 of your comrades and 4 enemies.
Okay, I've misread the map. Okay,
Yeah, you are right here.
perfect. Thank you for that. Let's see. Do we have a 30-foot rough line? That's a 30 by 10 rectangle that can hit multiple enemies and no allies.
30 by 10 rectangle. You'd be able to get 3 of them.
Perfect.
You'd be able to get these 3 on that line. Yeah.
I am going to go ahead and cast a tidal wave. And so I'm going to need to get a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
From all of them.
A tidal wave as a box of wine comes flying into the camera. All 3 of them are going to fail, I believe. What's your DC?
Hold on, let's go back and forth. I think it's like 14, 15, 15.
Yeah, all 3 of them fail. The highest was a 14.
Good.
As the one and just so you know, Baku and Jiral, as you come running out, you see the one standing next to Rylu, severely burned and damaged. You see Rylu engulfed in flames right now as he's just surrounded in his little tiefling fire. But he is just surging with damage as this creature is Luthered standing there, and the other 3 are getting engulfed in damage by Virgil.
Yeah, they all take 18 damage, bludgeoning damage, and are knocked prone.
All right. So they fall down on the river stones below, taking enough damage to get them a little winded.
And then that's all I can do. Oh, bonus action shillelagh.
And 2 bonus action shillelaghs. Jack, what would you like to do? Is you have 3 prone Unity Brood Guards standing in front of you.
3 prone ones? All right. Well, that sort of changes my plan a little bit. Let me reconfigure my plan. If not,
you have 6 seconds, sir.
Stick to the original one because I don't have a better one. I want to cast Sacred Flame on Dealer's Choice. They're all prone. It doesn't really matter. One closest.
All right,
to
all
me,
prone. They took the same damage, disadvantage because they're prone, and that would have been a crit, but they're gonna fail now.
Well, it's a dex saving throw, and you said they failed, so it's 2d8 of radiant damage.
As you see the little albino dwarf's eyes light up as his dex-based save is more effective. How much?
19.
19. Holy shnikes.
Yeah, I have something called potent spellcasting. I add 4. Oh, I add my wisdom modifier to any cantrip.
Oh, that's a nice effect. And as you cast this this holy flame down upon the Yuan-Ti, a lot of his scales go flying off. You see him rather bloodied now, lying in the center of his other 2 prone comrades. As we are 12 seconds in the combat, Zrock, what would you like to do, you barbarian, you, with 2 Yuan-Ti Brood Guards standing to the left and to the right of you?
Well, the one that attacked me, I'm going to hit it with a reckless attack with a greatsword.
Okay.
So I get advantage on the attack. How's that work? Does that like double my roll? I don't.
Yeah, you roll 2d20s and take the higher of the 2 when you roll with advantage.
2d20.
Hey, Jason, I don't want to hear it. I have to be at work in a kitchen at 8 a.m.
So that one sucked. That one was an 18.
18 will make contact as you slice into this serpentine foe.
Great. So now that should be 2d6 plus.
And I will agree, Jason. No, I'm sorry. Jack. God, I can't even get it right tonight. Adulting is hard.
12.
12 points of damage lays a good hit into the creature. He's got some drips of blood hanging down from him, but his scales and his fortitude seem to be hanging true. He still stands.
Damn. Well, there's nothing else I can do.
And with that, thank you for advantage as all 3 of them stand up. One of these minis isn't rated properly, so he always has to be leaning on his kilt or his cape. So he will attack Zrock. looking prone but standing upright at advantage 3 times.
Ah!
The first will make contact. The second will make contact. And the third will make contact, but no crits yet, as he just hacks and slashes into you, dealing 7 points of damage, 6 points, and 3. So 16 points of damage total, as he just rips into your barbarian hide.
16?
Mm-hmm. Could have been worse. I was looking for those crits. We're going to have 3 attacks on Jack, the albino dwarf, by the one that you just waylaid into with that sacred flame. 2 of them are going to make contact with you, dealing 10 points and 8 points as you take 18 points of damage from 2 attacks. See, that's what I was looking for. We have 3 attacks going off on Virgil. Only one of these able to make contact, dealing 6 points of slashing damage as his claws are able to go into your tortoise shell. And then 3 attacks at God damn it, I'm getting all these names mixed up. Rylu. I'm going to go ahead and start the first attack with advantage using Asarak's gift since I haven't used it tonight. I might as well get some inspiration dished out. So this first one will be with advantage and make contact. Oh, still not a crit though. Doing 10 points of damage. The next 2 will be straight rolls, one of which will make contact. The other will miss, dealing 8 points of damage.
That was all towards myself.
Yes, and that was all towards Rylu. And the random point of inspiration will be allotted to, oddly enough, Rylu. With that,
The
that is
creature
all
who
the...
attacked me. It says that any creature that it takes a swing at me with a melee attack takes 1d4 damage. Would that be 1d4 damage for each hit they did upon me, or would you only count that for one?
I do it for the one turn as a reaction after he's sliced into you, since these creatures are solely based with their melee attacks. But he does fall dead at the end of this turn. I did forget about the D4. And since he is Luthered, that D4 just caused him to die as your you're not even holy flame, your actual fire radiating out from you causes one of the Unity Brood Guards, La Gallina de la Muerto, actually, to fall dead. Right now we only have 3, and Rylu, it is your turn as that creature falls dead, making contact with you.
I will change up my battle tactic as the one that just fell before me, and I will see the one that is nearest me in front of Z-Rock, and I will cast 2 Eldritch Blasts against it, moving it 10 feet away from him both times.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I will cast my Hex Mark to the one in front of Z-Rock. 18, and the other is a 10.
18, 10. 18 will make contact, a 10 will not.
That is 10 damage and pushed 10 feet.
And you see this creature, this Yuan-Ti, this snake-like creature shot back into the water. He is now he has half cover or partial cover as he is halfway submerged in the water. Getting shot back 10 feet by Rylu's blast. But he does seem severely damaged by this on his last, tail. And anything else, Rylu? Or was that the end of your turn? Yeah.
That will be the end of my turn.
All right, Giral, what would you like to do? As you see your comrades slashing and slaying these snakes, these slithery snakes.
You know what? My blood's up. I'm going to try and charge in between those 2 that are standing near the shore.
Okay. I need one more save.
Okay.
Still advantage.
Nat 20.
Yeah, you're good. As you're like, slime, not today.
Which one looks more hurt?
The one standing in front of Zrock.
I'm going to swing with my shillelagh at that one.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, at the other one. Had to rethink that for a sec. 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
I have damage to do. 11 damage to that one.
11 damage. It is still alive, but only
All right.
just.
The one that is looking more hurt, I will turn and snap at it with my hungry jaws.
All right.
And that is a 19 to hit.
Damage.
That was the wrong die.
And Baku, go ahead and get rolled out. I'll need one deck save from you.
6 damage.
6 damage. Ooh, he is near Luthered.
Unfortunately, I can't add anything to it.
Both of these creatures, this rock, this horribly decrepit snake stands in front of you. He's barely able to keep himself upright. The same thing for your comrade Virgil. As that takes us to Baku's turn.
Soft 20 for a deck save.
As the cat attacks Jordan's foot, 20 on the deck save will get you across the other side to the more damaged one, the one that Gerald just hungry jowls.
Knocking off dice. She's knocking off dice. And then shield bash on one of them. 16 contested.
Knocks it prone.
Attack for 16 on the die.
Hits.
8 points, magical slashing.
And you slice into the creature, finishing it off.
And then is there another one within melee range?
Yes, there is.
19 on the die and 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points magical slashing on that one, and he's marked.
And no, he's not. He's dead as Baku just comes and 1-2s the one standing in front of Virgil and Zrock. As that takes us to Virgil with only one left as he's halfway submerged in the water behind the party.
With the rest of my movement, can I make it to that creature?
No, your entire movement was getting out of the cave because of difficult terrain.
Okay.
So I'm knocked prone, is that correct?
No, you're not knocked prone.
Okay, I thought I heard something affecting me. I'm sorry.
No, that was Baku's shield bashing. It was to the one that was in front of you that got shield bash prone.
Gotcha. And there's currently one within view of me, though, correct?
Yes, he's 10 feet away, halfway submerged.
I'm going to move up, and he's knocked prone now, right?
He is not prone. He is submerged. Water's deeper back there.
Would my character have an understanding that produce flame would be able to strike within water?
It will. It'll only a meta above table. It'll do half damage because he's in water.
I think my character might have an understanding of that.
What's your passive? Oh yeah, with a passive perception 17. What's your passive insight?
Checking it right now. 14.
14. Yeah, you'd have a good enough understanding that your fire spells, if they're actual fire damage, wouldn't do as much of effect if he's in water. If it's holy fire, radiant damage, that wouldn't be the case.
In that case, I would like to move up to him and get a nice whack on the head with Shillelagh.
All right. As you see your turtle druid just walk up and make an attack. Because now, actually, you get advantage with that melee attack because he's half submerged and you have water walking. So he's only like halfway out of the water.
That'll be a 19 to hit.
Makes contact, you turtle, you.
And that will be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage will cause a lot of blood to shoot out into the water, but he is still alive.
All right, that's all I could do for now.
All right, with that takes us to Jack. Da-na-na, the albino dwarf. Sacred Flame again. He's standing in the water. He's actually going to pass this time as he staves it off. A little bit of assistance from the water, even though it wouldn't do any help from Holy Fire. With that, that takes us back up to Zrock, as there is still one enemy left.
Zorak hits him in the face with a greatsword.
All right. He has partial cover, so it'll add 2 to his AC, but go ahead and make your attack.
12.
A 12 is not going to make contact even with his base AC as you run up, sloshing through the water, just not able to heave and make contact. With that, the creature is going to... give me opportunity attacks, Zrock and Virgil.
Is it still with advantage?
What that means.
Yes, it is with advantage. Zrock, go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage because he's halfway underwater. He is trying to run away at the moment.
That'll be a 19 for me.
Threat range without using his action. How much is that to hit?
19 to hit.
Hits damage.
And that will be 6 points of damage.
Okay.
20.
20 will hit. Damage. How much damage, Zrock?
Damn mouse. There we go. 9.
9 points of damage. Okay, the creature is still alive, but he is bleeding quite heavily into the water as he swims like the Dickens, running this way, going about 50, 60 feet towards the north in the corridor. You are going to see...
this thing die?
You will see... Actually, let me get the exact measurements. 10, 20, 30, 40... He swims 40 feet northward before he comes to a doorway. You see him open a door and light shines into this cavernous area. It seems to be a man-made structure that he is opening into. The cavern around you is still a natural one, as this is still all the water. He is drenched in water and just heaves, falling prone on the other side of the door. Currently, that door is still open.
So he's laying down currently.
Yeah, he's laying down on the other side of that doorway. That is about 40 feet away from the party from where he entered in.
So he's within 120 feet.
He is.
Kill it with fire.
Is it my go?
It is Rylu's turn.
I will like to cast Eldritch Blast twice against it, and I will... Yeah, and I will not move it 10 feet further on each.
I believe you have to be in sight for Eldritch Blast, but you see the edge of his foot hanging ever so slightly outside of the door.
I will take it. The first one is a 13. The second one is a 24.
The first one will miss. Second one will hit.
That is 8 points total damage.
And 3 would have done it as Rylu kills the last one as his body goes shooting in 10 feet into the room with the open door.
No shooting the in.
Oh, no, 10 feet. Oh, yeah, I forgot it's a bonus, or not even a bonus action.
I was trying to say not to throw 10 feet this time.
Okay. As you see that body go down, and Rylu knows that it goes limp. We are currently out of initiative. As you all have water walk, there's a doorway to the north in this waterway. It is on the western wall.
Question.
I'll scream up to Z-Rock that I killed the bastard for you.
Well done.
Question. When I was in that little cavern, did I see anything that would be of use? I have an herbalism kit.
I'll get back to you on that later.
Okay.
Message me about it. I don't have the exact shrooms that you got from this experience because it's not written right in the book.
Okay.
I have a table that I roll off of for it.
Well, do I? I was going to ask. Do I need to go back and use my herbalism kit, or are we just?
Oh yeah, you didn't use your herbalism kit in there. You would have to go back inside to do it. It'd take a few minutes.
Okay.
Because remember, y'all didn't have to make checks going in, so you just have to take your time walking in. It's when you're in combat that it promotes those saves.
Gentlemen, if you don't mind, I would like to head back in there and harvest some of those things I saw. I'm an herbalist, you see, and I feel like I could use some of the things that I saw in there. If you don't mind, I will be right back.
Ditto.
Take your time, friend. I'm not feeling so hot right now.
All right. Gerald and I guess we'll head back in and see what we can harvest.
Okay.
How many of you guys are low HP?
I am.
I can
I can use
cast.
a little bit of sprucing up, but
And for a general layout of the area right now, you've got that doorway to the east, and the waterway still extends farther north, another 80 feet before you see an opening. You see a soft sort of torchlight coming from around there, so you see two possible entrances as you look further north, as Virgil's passive perception and Gerald's passive perception pick this up as y'all are finishing combat.
So are we assuming Gerald and I got whatever was in that cavern?
I need the survival or nature check.
My survival's 5, Gerald.
And it's with advantage because you have the kit with you.
If you guys want to take 1 minute, I should be able to heal all of us up to full.
You can do that while Gerald and Baku are in the cave.
As long as they don't need healing either.
Baku's got potions.
Oh, yeah.
He's got 200 plus 200 HP available.
Only
So 200 D4.
Don't get too hasty. I got a 19 on my survival.
19 survival is going to get a nice harvesting of some of that poisonous mushroom.
All right, while they're doing that, I'm going to cast, it's called Healing Spirit.
Okay.
And basically, I get to put a little tiny healing spirit on the floor, and we all take turns walking around in a giant Congo line over it to continuously get healed.
Okay.
And I forget the amount of healing off the top of my head.
I believe it's a D6. I had a player that used one of the Dream Druids last week.
Oh, no, this is a different thing. This is not the class. This is one of the new Xanar's Guide to Everything spells. I'm pulling it up.
Oh, it's
right
one of the
now.
spells, not one of the new Dream Druid effects.
Yeah, I know. It's one of the new spells called Healing Spirit. And basically, it stays on the ground. Each time you walk over it, you get a heal, and it lasts for a minute. So we get approximately like...
You get 10 rounds.
Yeah, you get 10 rounds, 10 heals each of whatever it is.
That's a D6, you said?
Check the spell. I believe it's a D6.
I'm going to check it right now.
if you wish to speed it up, you can roll once and then say, hey.
Go ahead and roll that anyway. I need to go to the restroom, decide what y'all would like to do. You've got the waterway that extends back south to where y'all already have come. The cave right now that Baku and Jaral are exploring through and coming back as y'all are finishing up that minute of hopping on the healing plate. You've got the door about 40, 45 feet to the west on the wall that seems to be man-made, and about 100 to 110 feet to the north in that waterway cavern is another set of an open passageway that seems to be about 10 to 15 feet wide, non-man-made, that extends back towards a pebbled beach. But you do see torchlight coming from it. At this point, the door has closed, and that is the only source of light on the far northern side.
Well, if he was in the, like you said that the foot was out of the door, that would mean that his body would be keeping the door from shutting, wouldn't it?
It would. That would mean there'd have to be two people to close that door. One to pull the body, and one to, close the door. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Should we roll perception to notice such a thing?
You just saw the body slide in and the door close. Well, Riley was able to see the foot move. Everyone else didn't have a pass. Well, I guess past perception of Virgil and Jaral would be able to pick that up. But only you three would be able to see that the body moved before the door closed. Everyone else would just see that it was closed.
And it is 1d6 each time they walk over it.
Yeah, go shitty memory of Albert. 14 concussions later, and I can still remember a spell effect.
So that'll be 10d6 healing to everyone who participates.
Do Jaral and Baku make it back there in time for that, or no?
How long did it take for you guys to do that?
Probably a few minutes. So I would guess no. It's all right. I got plenty of health potions. I got to piss too. I'll be right back.
Do you roll for the heal, or do we all have to roll for our individual heals?
I don't know what the ruling would be on that one. Because it happens when you walk onto it.
Yeah, assume that you do up to 10 times of walking up to it. So that would be on the individual character to decide how many times they want to do it.
Yeah, I think they're the ones that roll because it happens by their action, not mine.
All right.
So you guys could all roll it out yourselves.
Essentially, everyone's at full health if they had less than like 20 damage.
I desperately need the healing. And now we wait.
A little bit of a tug, but it should be staying pretty firm. Heyo. So, did we decide which way we're going?
Not just yet. We have not had the party here to be able to discuss such a thing.
Fair enough. All right, so
So,
we can backtrack.
I don't like the idea of backtracking only because it's quite boring. I like the idea of moving forward. And my drunken state cannot remember the way back.
There were two other forwards ways from there.
Yep. I don't know if y'all caught it, but I would let everyone else know of the body being moved and the doors shutting.
Okay.
So we know for sure that we have other enemies that way.
Our weird albino dwarf wants to go get intimate with the door, so. You soft skins are weird.
I'm liking these fucking health potions tonight. That's the second double 4 I've gotten.
Hey, you better knock on wood. You don't want to keep that up.
All right. 10.
Knock on wood, baby. Better knock. Okay, I'm done.
Wow, you have a beautiful singing voice, Gerald.
It's a nice
somebody
little bard.
Somebody did mention wanting to take a long rest. I recall that.
After
the weird albino dwarf.
Do you need the long rest to replenish spells?
the passive insight of Jural, and I'm assuming Verge will pick up that taking a long rest in this cavern is probably not going to happen, as you see snakes in the corner of a lot of these rooms that seem to be hissing right now, almost like a primitive alarm system.
In the cave? Oh, okay.
I hate snakes.
All right.
Seems like you might not be able to spend 8 hours safely in someone's lair.
Yeah.
Weird thought. Weird thought. I don't know why, but you know.
So bottom line, they know we're here.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, y'all made. You killed the Hydra. They know you're here.
I mean, we always have people that are welcome to greet us if we go through that door that we just saw. We know that we will have a welcoming party.
So if we want a long rest, we're probably going to have to leave and come back.
Yeah, that's what your passive perception will pick up.
And I am not averse to that. I'd be on board with that if you guys want to do it.
Is there any major complications or if we were to push forward?
I am running a little bit low on spell slots, but
I was going to say, apart from all our healing being depleted,
I have one more heal that I can do, and then I have 4 healing words for emergencies. I'm not going to use any more spell slots unless they're for healing.
How long has it been since our last long rest?
It's been like 2
sessions.
Yeah, it's been like 2 sessions, so a while out of game.
Yeah, I would be on board for being able to do so if you're able to cast water walking again.
It lasts for an hour, so we should still be pretty good.
Not after a long rest.
But to get us out of here.
Well, so yeah, to get you out of here, yes.
Okay.
Well,
all right. So I'm officially going to vote for that course of action.
Was that original healing spell ever cast?
Yes. So you get 10d6 healing, and you can roll it out.
10d6.
I do not mind any option. I am.
Boom. 29. Huzzah.
I am down for whatever you gentlemen think is the best course of action.
We can pick up some more Hydra meat on our way back, or lose the DM, whichever.
Did we lose just the visual, or did we lose him completely?
Oh no, you just lost the visual. Phone probably crapped out of the call again. Yep. All right, so what are we doing?
I think we're heading back so we can find a place to camp for the night.
All right, where are you camping for the night after you come out of the entryway?
You know what? Baku, you want to help me with the survival?
Absolutely, friend.
That's not so great, but luckily I have a pretty good bonus. 15 survival to find a safe place to camp.
All right, a 15 survival is going to find a crumbled out old hut. Seems to be rather safe, as it doesn't look like it's been well used. It actually appears to be, it looks like some sort of makeshift safe house. In an older day, it doesn't look like it's been maintained in some kind of recent affair, though.
Okay, we want to camp here?
I'll take the first watch.
I'll take first watch with you.
Do we have an elf in the party? No one's an elf, are they?
That's pretty surprising for me.
So we're going to have to take longer than an 8-hour rest for everyone to get a full rest in, because you have to rest for 8 hours. So we're going to have to take probably like 10
Don't
hours.
worry about your watches. You make it through a long rest without any complications. The rolls are in your favor tonight.
So back into the snake den.
Oh, shit. There goes that little bit of map.
Sorry, Albert.
It's all good. Shit happens. I've drawn out much more and been bitter. So where are we going next? You'll cast Water Walk and going back into the main structure. Because you also have this doorway off to the north and the passageway off to the north. The far, far north.
I think we should go pay our visits a friend through that door.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
I'm very focused because I dislike seeing prey run through.
All right, so we have 2 votes. Everyone else?
I vote for
Did
revenge.
not
That one bit me.
Gerald did not get his meal because it escaped.
Oh, I bit one of their faces off. I was.
That he did. That he did. Oh. All right, so I need a marching order as y'all are going into this door. Who is opening the door as y'all do this?
I'll be third.
I'll be first or right next to first. Anybody else?
I'm helping open the door with
Yep.
rage.
I'll be behind. Yeah, I'll be behind them. I tend to run up into things.
Baku will
Okay.
be right next to Zrock then.
Zarok, Jiral, and Baku behind him. Then we have Rylu, Jake, and Virgil. So that athletics check.
Oh, damn. Okay, too late.
Any athletics check, Zarok?
Assisting Zrock. So Zrock, you get advantage.
And I'll cast guidance,
I'm
so you
assisting.
get another D4 on top of it.
So do you roll 2 d20s and a d4. Take the higher of the d20s, add the d4. And then obviously add your athletics. You're muted.
Go Team Helmer, buddy.
Just know that if you're doing anything other than attack rolls, natural 20s do not count for anything.
My first roll was a 20, so I don't need to roll much more than that.
That'll work.
Never
All
know, you
right,
might roll
so
a 21.
as Rock throws his shoulder into the door, rage caging, just kicks open the door. You see a passageway extending in front of you. Actually, you see a room open up in front of you.
Ooh,
Now that I'm done drawing it out,
that's different.
these dark catacombs have been converted into sleeping quarters. The walls are lined with alcoves that now serve as nests for UNT. Everyone roll initiative.
Woo!
Deal.
Eight.
I finally have a use for D12s.
All these low initiatives. Jeez.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh crap.
Okay, we're being tactical. Waiting
Yes.
to see what they
Tactical.
do.
We're seeing what everyone else does to us after raising the alarms.
Hey, does the barbarian at least get an intimidate off for that?
Oh no, yeah, the door has been knocked off its hinges. It is no longer a door, it is a doorway.
That's worth that's worth a little bit of trickling out from beneath them.
Can I say?
We'll have updates.
Can I say that I'm still at the 25 AC from my defender sword? Or no, since I was
No, not on that one. Didn't declare before since it's a defender and screw you.
okay. That's fine. I'm completely fine with that.
Oh, I figured, Mr. Ukrainian sword. You know there are Russian bots out there. How do I know it wasn't just a Ukrainian bot trying to sell D&D 5th edition Adventure League defenders, man?
What is
It's
the
all a
point of that?
conspiracy.
What do they gain from that?
You don't know. It's sway. It's not about money anymore. It's all about political
Top lane of the
sway.
D&D universe. Someone's out to conspire, destroy the balance of power.
It's earning the Bitcoin.
Oh, my God.
They're trying to promote a new edition coming out by trying to ruin old editions. Like everyone gets defender. You get a defender, and you get a defender, and you get a defender.
It's the slow decay of 5e before they try and take us into horrible 6th. Oh.
Well, they've already marketed to the MMO crowd. Which one's this going to be for?
Holy shit! Is Brad really the largest initiative with a 15?
Wow.
We lost the visual.
Ah, of course you lost the vigil. Hold on. I have to write. I'm still writing out enemies.
I don't think I want to see how this is going to go.
I'm thinking this is gonna be a rage berserker
the very
mode.
back who can run away.
I'm saving both my trump cards for the big guy.
If y'all get there at this point, holy
I know,
crap!
right?
So
I
after
have to use one of them already.
We're going to have Jack. After Jack, we have Joral. And we have Baku. Zarok, what'd you get?
I got an 8.
An 8. All right, that's going to put you slightly above Baku. Ah.
All right.
Only one spell that I'm trying to preserve because it's a fail all, but you know, won't happen.
It's okay, because considering that half of these creatures get their first turn before any one of y'all, I'm going to be interested to see how Zarok makes it out of this. That's why I'm trying to make sure I've at least got this on video.
Getting 2 Alberts.
Oh, God. Sorry. Better now?
1, 2, 3. Ah, there's a finger.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes. This is the little center of attention for right now.
all right.
So, Zarok, you are going to see 6 very human-esque figures with snake-like attributes step out of their alcoves. They seem to have small little hammocks hanging in these little 5-foot alcoves. They get off of the bed using half of their movement. They step out, and I'm going to need wisdom saves from you, sir.
I rolled a 1.
All right, so on the first one, you are going to hear, lay on the ground and present your soft side. So on your next turn, you are going to fall prone and throw your belly up in the air. Shake it like you just don't care. In the meantime, the other 5 are going to free action, take out their short bows, and make 5 straight roll attacks because you don't go prone until your turn at Zarok. So, oh, son of a... The 6 shots that go off at Zarok, only 1 is going to make contact.
Is he next to me?
Yes, he is.
Protector.
It no longer hits Zarok as all 5 of these arrows bounce off of Baku's shield as he just extends it around his ally, his comrade. With that, Virgil, what would you like to do? As you see, actually, you don't see much. You just see a shit ton of arrows and Baku defending in front of Zarok. Zarok, you see 12 figures total.
Is it possible for me to get a better look inside?
With 2 allies in front of you, no. You won't even be able to squeeze into those spaces unless you're a small creature.
Hold action to produce flame and shoot at any enemy that comes within sight.
Okay. Here, so this is a little higher up. So, as you hold your action, you are going to see Zarok approached by several fearsome snake-like creatures. Well, you see Baku holding back as, again, his shield is still blocking the entryway. The first 2 that come up are going to be type 2 Melsons that attack forward on Zarok. They are going to have a human head and the body, or the human head and bodies, but snakes for arms, as they make 4 bite attacks total on Zarok, all at Actually, not a disadvantage. That's just for one attack, right, Baku?
I already used that protection on that
Okay.
area. So unfortunately.
Oh, and 2 are going to make contact with Zarak. The first one, dealing 8 points of piercing damage and 5 points of poison. The second one on Zarak that made contact is going to deal 8 points of piercing and 22 points of poison.
You said 22?
22 points of poison on that second one. It was a crit.
Yeah, I'm dead.
It was near max damage.
My max hit points is 35. I'm dead.
It's separate
Okay.
hits, though, right?
That will hit, but that will take him down. Virgil, that takes your ready to action off, as now Baku is the only one standing in front of you. As you see this human head, human torso, but snake arms flailing out at your comrade that just took him down. It's kind of like the inflatable arm flailing tube men.
Well, that's a 14 to hit.
14 will make contact.
And a whopping 3 damage.
All right, a whopping 3 damage. It still takes effect. Sorry, just trying to make sure I separate all these medicines.
Just to clarify, he's down, not completely dead, correct?
Correct,
That's
yes.
separate hits. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Here, I gotta rearrange these guys. As they backed up, these creatures come out of their alcoves holding longbows. And that will be 4 longbow attacks at Baku and 4 longbow attacks at Jiral, as you are standing directly behind where Zarak just was.
Nice, he's at 22 right now.
All right, we'll start off with yours then for the first 4 attacks. Only one is going to be able to make contact. Odds or evens, Baku? Your decision is in your favor?
Evens?
It's odds, not in your favor. You get a poison arrow. That's the only one that hits because it crits. As you take 12 points of piercing damage and 13 points of poison. The other 3 bounce off of your shield as these, right now you were able to see 6 Unity Malsons of different types. You see type 1, 2, and 3 standing in this area. These 2 are just to scare y'all, but there are 12 characters total within this, as all of the purebloods have backed up to the far side of the room. We now have the 4 attacks that are going on Jiral. 2 are going to make contact. Jiral, odds or evens?
Evens.
Evens are in your favor. And that's going to be an odd because it's a 9, not a 6. The one that does crit is going to be a poison arrow. That's going to be 9 points piercing and 18 points poison. The other one is only going to deal 9 points piercing. As that is the entirety of their turn, as you just see arrows come flying out of this doorway and this entry. Jack, what would you like to do? So Jack casts Cure Wounds at second level on Zarak. As Zarak, your eyes open up with unholy, or really holy, divine light. You were going towards the end of that train station. You felt like you were in King Cross Station, and the light around you was just about to surround you and engulf you. But your albino dwarf pulls you out of that nightmare and brings you back to Earth. You're able to see about 8 arrows shooting over your head, hitting your comrades as you come to. 11 hit points back to Zarak.
Huzzah!
It's still, yes, and that's with the doorway. Rylu, it's still partial cover. The only 2 that, or the 3 attacks that hit, 2 of them were crits. And with that, that takes us to Jiral. What would you like to do after taking quite a few bits of arrow damage and poison damage from these creatures, roused from their bunks?
There are 12 of them, correct?
There are 12 of them. From what you can surmount this from your passive perception and communication between Zarok, you, and Baku. Continue.
Sorry, go ahead.
All the alcoves seem to be surrounded with hammocks and bunks. It seems like this is a housing area, a den of sorts for them. So right now you see 12, and there's actually you don't see anything else besides the 12.
I'm going to cast Conjure Animals.
Okay.
And I'm going to conjure 8 constrictor snakes. 1 for each of the D6s in the back, and 2 on the closest D12s.
Okay. Constrictor snakes go shooting into the room.
And they're all going to attempt to attack and restrain.
Okay.
So, nat 20 on the first one. So,
would you mind keeping track of those, especially since we have 8 different targets that's going to, and let me do everyone else's while you're doing that effect?
Okie dokie.
Would you mind rolling the 2 at the door first? That way we know whether or not they're restrained for advantage attacks.
1 on towards the top of the screen is going to take 17 damage and will be restrained.
Okay.
Towards the bottom will be a 17 to hit.
How much to hit?
17 to
hits
hit.
Damage.
10 and restrained.
Right. So both targets in the entrance are restrained. As we get to Zarok's turn, as you wake back up standing in the doorway. Jarrell, just go ahead and roll those out and type them into the messenger, and I'll keeping track of them. Go from top to bottom on who you affect on the back line, and I'll keep track of them that way.
Is it possible to back up behind my companions and use some health potions here?
Yes, it is. You just you would have to use your action to disengage, actually. Otherwise, you would take 2 disadvantaged opportunity attacks. If you used your action disengage, you wouldn't be able to drink your potion. So would you like to take those 2 attacks, or would you like to use your action to disengage?
Action to disengage.
All right. Action disengage as you move back behind the party. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, Baku.
How many are next to me?
No, none are really next to you right now. You're on the east side of the doorway.
East side. East side being which? Left? Top or bottom? There we go. That works. I'm on the east side of the doorway? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to move to the... Is it just a 5-foot doorway?
Yeah, 5-foot doorway.
Okay. Moving in the doorway, going past that first guy, but not past him where he gets an opportunity attack, staying within...
Right now, they are standing in this door. They're standing in that entryway. You are not able to squeeze past them since it's unfriendly terrain. You'd have to use your shield bash to knock them backward.
Okay. Shield bash to knock 1 prone. A 9 contested.
He stays upright. Jarrell, you hit them all.
Sword attack to 1 on the opposite side. 14 on the die, plus 7.
14 hits.
Oh, by the way, my defender sword is going to my AC. AC is now 25.
Okay.
Damage is 8 magical slashing. Second attack on the 1 on the opposite side. That's going to be an 18 with 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 magical slashing on the other one. Those 2 are both marked on each side.
All right. They are both marked, and they are both restrained right now. Anything else?
That is it. Oh, second wind. Second wind, and I'm done.
Hear Baku just, as my phone went out again. Rylu, what would you like to do 6 seconds into combat?
So I had a great idea, and everyone just happened to clusterfuck it. So
Yeah,
I will
happens
see.
D&D.
So I will see the two closest are near me. And I will cast Eldritch Blast on both of them and do a force push for both of them 10 feet. I would cast Hex as a bonus action against the one closest to me, and his disadvantage will be Dexterity.
All right. That one, Dex.
So, that said, make sure I have all the dice.
And Jarol, I got all your damage as you took out a severe amount from all of the Unity purebloods on that backline wall. They are now all restrained, fighting off these snakes.
It's a soft 20 and a 22.
All right, both will hit.
The first one will do 9 damage, and the second one will do 11 damage.
All right, this was the same target, or both in the
Two
entryway?
separate targets.
Okay. So both of these guys get shot back away from Baku.
With their snakes.
With their snakes, yes, because they're constricting them.
As a free action, I'll scream, "I hate snakes," and I will back up about 10
Just
feet.
remember,
or so.
anything that has a green D6 on it is restrained, and you have advantage against it.
I'll take what I got.
Don't get greedy.
Holy shit. All right, so anything else, Rylu?
After I move back to 10 feet, that's it.
All of the Unity purebloods on the backside of the wall seem to start casting a spell as we are 12 seconds into combat. As this is the first time this has ever been of use, all 6 of them cast animal friendships. Snake only.
They are fey spirits.
Cool, then they all waste their spell slots. As they still try to, and they attempt to cast this on this. Like, the snakes, they're supposed to listen to us. But it absorbs all 6 of their attacks. They are still constricted and restrained by these targets.
That could have been scary.
Had to make your buttholes clench for a little bit. But Jural had to burst the bubble early.
That was awesome.
Virgil.
Do I have any vision inside now?
Vision inside. You see Baku standing in the entrance. You don't see any. You don't have view on anyone.
And moving up probably won't get help much
No,
better.
you have to move past him.
All right, bonus action Shillelagh, and held action to produce flame on anything that goes within sight that's an enemy.
All right, sounds good. Two that are restrained. Neither one of these are able to break the snake's bond. These are all going to come down with bows, making shots at Baku, as Baku takes 8 arrows.
AC is at 25 currently.
I know. I basically have to crit to hit. Actually, no, I have to crit to hit.
Ha!
And with that, I'm going to use the first 2 shots for one of the poison creatures at advantage because of Acerak's gift. I'll go ahead and declare who that inspiration will go to afterward because you want to use that defender. Virgil and Zarak, you now have a point of inspiration as Baku, who needs to get a little more on this list.
All right.
Visual, just a heads up.
So first, the camera went down again, of course. Well, my phone seems to be overheating, so while I'm rolling his attacks, perfect time to lie about some crits, but the first advantage roll is going to miss. The second one is going to miss since I can't roll above an 11. We have 6 more arrows that goes descending down on Baku. And 2 of them will crit.
Oh, fuck.
Being my favorite dice. Baku, odds or evens? Twice, because this was the second series of rolls.
Evens, both evens.
All right. The first one is odd. It's going to be poison. The second one is even. It's going to be a non-poison. So for the two that make contact, I'll even let you decide. Crit first or crit second?
Crit second.
All right. Crit second. So the first one will deal 10 points of piercing damage. And the crit arrow will do 13 piercing. Oh, you lucked out. 9 poison. As you just see a tremendous amount of arrows go shooting back and forth into Baku. But that takes us to Jack.
Baku is looking extremely wounded, by the way.
And Jack is going to cast Bless on Baku, Railu, Zrock, and Jaral. They all get a D4 to attack rolls and saving throws for the next minute as the albino dwarf cleric casts some holy spells. Jaral, what would you like to do?
Okay. All right, didn't get an answer about what we were about to do. So, okay. I am, this chamber is only 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet.
All of those arrows got at disadvantage that are restricted, right?
Mm-hmm. But these are the ones that are restricted. These are the guys that shot the arrows. The only 4 people in the room that aren't constricted.
Gotcha. Okay, just making sure.
What space does a huge creature take up?
Huge takes up 3 by 3.
Okay. In that case, I would like to cast another conjure animal.
So doesn't that dissipate your last one? Because
Oh, no,
yeah, that
you're
dissipates
right.
your snakes.
You're right. I'm not going to do that. Thank you for calling that out.
I want to remind you before you do it once. I won't be so kind next time. But other than that, I can understand the utility of having 8 people restrained in a room of 12.
Fair enough. In that case, are any of them wearing metal armor?
None of them are wearing metal armor.
Of course.
Natural armor, because yeah, Bamf broodlings.
Then I am going to step in.
Okay, double movement to get around Baku, north or south side?
South.
Okay.
Wild shape into an Allosaurus.
You are now wait, is that huge or large?
Large.
All right, you are now squeezed in that entryway as you are La Gallina de la Muerto.
And I'm going to try and bite the head off the one closest to me that is restrained.
All right, you're able to move up. Because that's you still have to squeeze because it is only a 5-foot gap to go between it. That make it a disadvantaged attack, but they do have a low AC. And you have advantage, so that grants a straight roll.
For what it's worth, I stepped in first.
Yeah, you stepped in first. That was the initial squeeze with the doorway, and now if you're going to attack the far one, unless you have a 10-foot reach, it's still going to cause you to squeeze to get between the 2 enemies. If you have 10-foot reach, then you should be good.
I might actually. I did not type that into...
It's all good. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and go to Zrock, especially since he fell back last time after not being able to drink his potion.
And my snakes.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll your attack snake rolls. Do the same thing as last time.
Yep.
Zrock.
Freaking demons.
Time to start drinking health potions. How many can I drink?
Sadly, ale, you can only drink 1 per turn because it takes your action.
All right. I forgot what the dice was for that. Was that 2d4 or something?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Oh, dandy. I healed 4. And there's nothing else I can do.
All right. With that, that is going to take us to Baku.
Just because he transformed, Baku is going to mount Jaral, and he is going to shield bash one of the ones not restrained.
Okay.
A 12. God damn these low shield bashes. A 12.
A 12 is not going to shield bash him.
That's contested.
I know it's contested. It's not going to shield bash him.
Okay.
11 plus his mod.
Gotcha. And then longsword attack. I'm transferring all. Basically, just assume that all of my is going to AC unless I designate.
Okay.
17 to hit on the one to the west. 5 magical slashing.
7 on the one to the west.
16 on the die for 8 magical slashing to the one on the east. The 2 that are not restrained.
All right, 7 and 8 as you slice into a type 1 and a type 3 Malison.
And that is it for me.
All right, as Baku ends his turn, Rylu.
Are any of them within 10 feet of me, or are they still pushed back?
None are within 10 feet of you. They're all pushed back. Jaral, all hit but the 7.
In that case, and I will do Eldritch Blast again, and I will take the first one against the creature that attacked last time that has the Hex, and I will push back the second one that's near Jaral and Baku.
Okay.
Let me get the die out for it. That's this one and this one, and that includes this one. Base 15 and base 16.
Both hit.
That is 15 damage for the first one with Hex, and 10 damage for the second one. That is near Jaral.
All right, so you split them up, right?
Yes.
All right,
shoot
so
'em.
do you send them back 10 feet?
Yes.
All right, so both go shooting back into their hammocks and start spinning around to them as they both get shot backward, but they are still alive and flailing within them.
And I will duck back behind them again, and that will be my turn.
All right, as you do that, I need Rylu, Virgil, Zrock, and Jack to make me dex saving throws.
$19.
19, success. Jack and Virgil's are going to be successes. It seems that Rylu is the only failure as a fireball comes surging from the north end of this corridor down upon y'all. The water-covered area seems to be ignited and lit up in a flame. Virgil, your passive perception picks up that this was cast from some Yuan-Ti, about 55 feet away from your current location in that northernmost passageway. You're going to take half damage, although y'all succeeded.
I would like to reaction cast absorb elements to make it quarter damage.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, that's going to be low anyway. 10, 20, 22 points of damage for Rylu, 11 points for anyone that succeeded, 5 points for Virgil.
Half because I'm tiefling and fire resistance.
There you go. And with that, that takes us up to the Yuan-Ti Purebloods. Ugh. Let me see.
Did I bite the one guy's head off at least?
Hmm?
Did I bite the one guy's head off at least?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I need to get to him. First guy. No, he is still alive.
Oh, man.
He is still very bloody.
Even after the little snake squeezed his throat?
Yeah, even with that, Yanti Melsons are rather hearty. Slam the door. Slam what door? Remember, this is a doorway. Zarak threw his shoulder into it. I made that very explicit when y'all started this one. And as the Yanti purebloods are going to look, I need a wisdom saving throw from Baku and from Jiral with that animal's stats. Oh, wait, no, you retain your stats in wild shape form. Well, some stats. So, give them to me again. As you see creatures casting spells, twiddling their fingers, as Jiral is able to stave it off twice, Baku is not able to stave it off the second time.
Wait, that's a second fireball?
No, not a second fireball. These are suggestion spells that are firing from all the restrained creatures in the back.
Gotcha.
Because none of them are still able to break out. All of them failed last time trying to break out, so they're casting spells while constricted within Jiral's spells right now. So Baku is going to fall prone right next to Jiral on his next turn, as he has fallen under the effects of one of the suggestion spells. Other than that, that is all of the purebloods' turns. Virgil, what would you like to do 18 seconds into combat and absorbing some elements from an odd spell?
Do I have visuals now?
Visuals on who?
Any of them are inside there.
Wait, don't roll a die yet. Don't roll a die yet. Jordan forgot something.
Does bumping it up to a 14, does it still affect me? I got blessed, so I get a D4 also.
14 does save.
Yeah! Thank you, Jiral. Love you.
You're good. Now we're back to Virgil.
So do I have any visual on the snake, guys?
Where you're currently standing, no. You are in the central doorway. You'd have to step up in through the door to see the ones on the northern side.
Does Baku still look pretty hurt?
You're not able to tell. He's riding a dinosaur on the other side of the room, and it's a 5-foot doorway.
Hell yeah, Dino Mount.
The scene and the guys in the entrance are no longer there. Can I step through the doorway?
Yes. As you step through the doorway, you see 3 Yanti on the northern side. One of them is being constricted by a snake.
All right, but I have a sense of where the spellcasters are, correct?
No, you do not. You do not see any spellcasters amongst the group that you can identify.
Okay, because I thought my passive perception picked up on it.
It can't pick up through lead walls.
Gotcha.
You have an entire wall between you and all of the spellcasters.
All right, I think I heard Baku take a lot of damage.
Okay.
So I'm going to use all 5 of my Fey die on him.
Okay.
So that's 5d6 plus 5 temporary hit points. You get 5d6 healing, 5 temporary hit points. I'll let you roll it out, Baku.
All right, 5d6 plus 5.
And the extra 5 is temporary hit points, not actual healing points.
Okay, cool.
And where are you ending your turn, Virgil?
Oh, that's just my bonus action. My action is going to be to throw off a produce flame on which one's the closest one to me currently?
This one in the northern alcove. It is a type 1 Malison.
All right, I want to do produce flame towards in his direction.
Okay.
And that'll be a 23 to hit.
Damage?
Oh, that's off the table. 9 points of damage.
Fuck.
All right. He still seems quite hardy.
All right, and then I would like to back out of the doorway again.
Okay.
And then I'll end my turn.
All right. And as you end your turn, we are going to have that creature in front of finally break out of the restraint from the snake standing next to him. But that's going to take his entire action. The other 2 are going to take 4 shots off at Jiral in his dino form. What's your AC?
13.
13. All 4 of these are going to hit. 2 of them are poison. The piercing damage is going to be totaled 11, 12, 15.
Baku?
No, this is to Giral.
No, Baku was saying something.
Protection on one of those attacks, please.
1 will miss. So let me reroll damage.
Sorry about that delay.
All good. 12 plus the 3 that hit. That's 18 points of piercing damage. And 10 points poison to Giral. As these 2 step down, they're going to alternate shots, flipping in between. So they're going to take another 4 shots at Giral. The one on the far side is going to be able to break out of his snake as well, but he is still next to it, that absorbing his action. Next 4 attacks with that 13 AC for Giral. 2 are going to make contact. 1 is poison, 1 is not. As you take a combined 8, 12 points piercing, 7 points poisoned in your dino form. And that is all of those guys. Jack, what would you like to do as you're standing a little bit charred out in the hallway?
I believe his wording was, I cast Prayer of Healing on his turn.
Okay.
But
He'll Prayer of Healing up on his turn. I'll just wait for definite replies back when he comes in there. Giral, what would you like to do?
I'm going to try and attempt to bite this one's head off again.
Okay.
Let's see. It is a 17.
17 will hit.
And that was a nice roll. 23 damage.
And with his 10 health points left, you're going to bite his head off.
All right. Bonus action. Bite another one. Hungry Jowls. That little blue D12. That blue D12.
Okay, the blue D12?
Yes. 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
For 12 damage.
All right.
No,
and
I'm
that
sorry.
will take him down as well. Oh, actually, never mind. I got him mixed up with the other Malison. He is still alive.
And I was wrong about that damage. It's 16.
All right, 16. He is looking slightly winded.
Bonus action to heal myself.
Okay, definitely a good idea after all those arrows. 8 arrow shots will do that to you with the low AC.
I will take that. And I will roll out my snakes. Actually, real quick, they're going to try and re-restrain a couple others.
Yeah.
Okay. The black D6 first. 18 to hit.
Hits.
With 4 damage. The D6 toward the bottom with a 19 to hit. 3 damage, but, restrained.
Yep.
And I will go ahead and do the other 6.
Okay, thank you for typing that out. This is a rock. What would you like to do? 18 seconds into combat. Standing a little charred from that fireball.
Yeah. So those 4 north of Alubaku, those are all archers, correct? Unrestrained.
The ones that are north of Baku, all of these 5 are archers.
Okay. The northern archers, I would like to use Rage, Frenzy, and then use my action as Charger to go in and strike them with Frenzy.
All right, so as you go and strike in with Frenzy, I need attack roll.
2 attacks. So first attack roll, and the Charger bonus will be to the damage if it hits. So
keep in mind you have a D4 for bless.
So I get a +4 to attack from that previous bless that was on me. I think, right? Yep.
You'll add a D4. So roll a D4 with your 20 for
plus strength mod.
Yep, plus proficiency for attack, and it's just strength.
I got I got 11 on that one. And then
Oh, I'm sorry. I was AFK. What was that?
I rolled an 11. I got 11 with all that.
11 is not gonna hit. Oh,
Well-
with your bless and everything else, it will actually. If that was just on the die.
Oh, that was with all of it calculated. But I do get a second bonus action because I'm frenzy. I get another attack. So, here we go again. That one rolled 17, and that's without the blessing. So
I will make contact.
And so this next hit, 2d6 plus 3. Oh, it's plus 5 because Charger, I think, right? Charger applies to that? Or separate? I don't know. I can't hear a thing. I got nothing but static.
Yes, Charger does apply to that.
All right. 2d plus 8, and we're rolling. 18.
And 18 points of damage will cause the creature to be quite winded by that attack, but he is still alive.
All right. That ends my turn. Nothing more I can do.
Baku.
Baku is going to dismount Jaral and go so he can make contact with both of those two to the south. Shield bash on the one to the east. That's going to be a 17 contested for shield bash.
17 will not knock him prone.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to use unwavering marks to make an attack on the one to the north. God, fuck. 12 to hit. Oh, plus a d4. 13
Don't
to
forget
hit.
advantage.
Yeah, that was with advantage. 2 and a 5. 13 to hit. It will.
Yes.
For 10 points magical slashing. Second attack on the one to the east. That's a nat 20, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 points of damage, magical slashing. Is he still up?
All right, he's still looking quite hardy, yeah.
Okay, and then regular attack, the one on bottom. 17 on the die. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 magical slashing for the one to the east, and second attack for the one to the west. 19 on the die. 8 magical slashing for the one to the west.
8 magical slashing to the one to the west. He's starting to look winded.
How's the one to the east look?
Winded.
Okay, so they're both looking pretty bad. And that is it for my turn.
Rylu.
The one that I have the hex placed upon, off the top of my vision, can I tell if he's winded or not?
The one that had your hex placed on him from last turn is dead.
Okay. The one in front of Baku, I would like to use my bonus action to place the curse upon him.
Okay,
and
the one
I
that's
will
restrained by the snake or the one that's not?
the one that is not.
Okay.
And I will use both Eldritch Blast against him, and I will shove him the full 20 feet if possible.
He's in an alcove right now, so he won't shoot backward. Possible bludgeoning damage from hitting his head on the wall.
12 and 9 plus 7 and 12 and 13 to hit.
Both will hit.
That will be that is 13 plus 4 13. 17 for the one with the hex and 11 for the other one. Both of them for that same one.
Okay, the same one. He's looking
Yes.
very bloodied.
And he is pushed 20 feet.
He's knocked into the alcove. He's barely clinging on to life right now, as he's only able to keep himself up by, well, holding on to the hammocks. Anything else, Riley?
I will move to where I am close to the doorway, but not in the doorway. I would like to be where the doorway is for both of them. I'd like to be on the northern end and just around the bend.
All right. So on the other side.
Yeah, that way I can peek around and cast, and then peek back around.
All right.
And
With
yeah,
that,
the
I'm going to need dex
arrows.
saves from everyone but Baku. As Virgil, you see that familiar snake face shoot out on the northern side of the water and cast a streak of fire that centers right on, well,
counterspell.
Virgil.
All right, I
Shooting out
wanted
and
to
hitting
do
everyone
another
in the
absorb
room,
element.
or everyone in that area except for Baku.
Whoa. Say that one more time.
I need dex saves from everyone but Baku. All right. Jax is going to pass. Zrox is going to fail. Joral is going to pass. Rylu is going to fail with a 5. Virgil is going to fail with a 6.
I would like to cast absorb element.
What level spell is that?
That's a level 1 spell.
Counter spell.
All right.
I had tried to say that I was going to cast counterspell earlier before everyone rolled, but I was unsure if you heard or not because
You're on the other side of the doorway. You're not able to see the point of the caster.
Okay, gotcha.
If you were on the outside, that was the big difference with you going inside on seeing this one.
No. My intention and goal is to be able to peek around the corner, cast, and then peek back around the corner.
You're not going to be able to do that. Technically, you can't do that in 5e. You can't even see around when you're taking shots off. That's what makes the sharpshooter feat so valuable, that it doesn't require what cover you see around the corner. You can still make contact. You won't be able to view around the corner from the square that you occupy during that next turn.
Okay, I was confused as to how much cover it was for either side of the doorway. Okay.
But remembering those saves and failures, total damage for a failure is going to be 10, 20, 29, or I'm sorry, 39, 44 points of fire damage.
My character is unconscious.
Fire.
Yeah, that's well beyond my maximum.
All right, so that's going to take Zrock down.
Twice your max health after you take all damage.
That's not going to take. How much health did you have, Zrock?
I had my full 35.
Okay, then you had full 35. Then that isn't going to cause you to get obliterated. You are down. Zrock's down. Virgil, are you down?
Oh yeah.
Rylu. Rylu's still up, and Jack, are you still up?
I'm Gucci, man.
All right, Jack is still up. Rylu is still in. Or I'm sorry, Jaral is still in animal form.
Do we take full damage if we passed?
If you pass, you take half damage, so that's 22.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And with that takes us into the round, as it's all the purebloods' time, as they took quite a bit of damage from Jaral's snakes, but they are still alive.
Jaral
One
is
of
still in
them
animal
looks
form.
particularly down by this. I'm going to need 2 whiz saves by Baku and by Jaral, and I'm going to need 2 whiz saves by Rylu. All right, and Baku's first save is good, and his second save is good as he staves off that suggestion spell.
Remember, if you have bless, that's a D4.
Jaral saves off both of the suggestion spells as well. And Rylu. All right, as everyone is good. Virgil, it is your turn. I needed that saving throw.
Had to go back in and add that D4.
And You hear Virgil start to cough up his first bit of blood. The Malicens take their turn. The two that are restrained are going to try and break free. This one breaks free. The one over here is not able to. That causes this one come up and since he can't use that turn, he's actually going to run around the far side to get over here to Giral doing melee attacks. So that means that we have three melee. I'm sorry, it's two, not the Brood Guards. 2 attacks on Giral, both of which are going to hit, dealing a total of
protection. One of them. Sorry.
Action protection. Which one? First or second? 2 hit.
First one.
All right. Thank you for letting me keep my crit, and this first one is still going to hit. Doesn't matter. I do 8 points of slashing damage with 3 ones. Oh, actually, 7 points of slashing damage. With that, we have these 2 that are going to drop their longbows and take scimitar or take claw attacks out as they're going to try and claw down on Baku. Only 2 of them are able to get off since the other one had to use his action to untangle from the snake. Those 2 attacks are going to miss on Baku. This one is still restricted by the snake, so he's not able to do much. This one, though, is going to take 2 shots off at Railu. They're non-poison arrows, but both are going to make contact, as Railu is going to take 12 points of piercing damage. We are 18 seconds or 24 seconds in. Jack, it is your turn. And Jack is going to cast Mass Healing Word as a bonus action on your turn at 4th level. That means I have to roll off as I cast Counterspell. Since the enemy's turn is resaved, your Mass Healing Word is successfully counterspelled, as the creature to the northern side of this alleyway is still within 60 feet and visual range of you to cast that spell. With that, that takes us to Giral.
All right, can you guys hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Bonus action, do a little.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is Giral's turn. Jason, go ahead and type your stuff out. I didn't realize that was just your bonus action. Yes, you still have your action, freedom, and movement. Go ahead and type it out while Giral's doing his stuff.
Okay. You know what? Okay. I'm going to go ahead. Snakes are going to go first. Actually, first that one, going to try and re-restrain.
Yeah, go ahead and re-restrain the front and do the snake that again, because they're doing quite a bit of damage to half of my combatants.
17 damage to the one that just ran up to me.
All right, 17 damage to the one that just ran up to you is going to take him down, as the second Type 2 Maelstrom is going to go down.
Okay. Now Giral's going to bite at the one towards the southeast. Yes, southeast.
Okay.
Another. Okay. So that definitely hit. 14, 19, 23 plus another. It'll be 25 damage to the one to the southeast.
25 southeast. That will take him out as well.
Okay. Bonus action to do the healing to myself.
All right.
And then, let's see, northeast is going to constrict.
Okay.
With a 17 to hit for 7 damage, and I will type out the western from the top down.
All right, sounds good. And Jack, you were successful in getting your command spell off. On their next turn, this creature is going to drop their bow. That is one of the ones with the poison arrows, as you see one of your comrades cast command. With that, that takes us to Zarok, which I need a death saving throw.
How do I roll a death saving throw?
Roll me a 20-sided die and tell me what it is.
All right. 16.
16 is one success, as you stave down a bit of your blood and you keep from dying for a few more seconds. But that does absorb the entirety of your turn because you are knocked unconscious.
All right. Do I get hit points back then? Like how many?
Not yet. You have to roll a 20. You have to crit to get back up, and that takes you to 1 hit point. Other than that, someone has to stabilize you or provide healing. With that, that takes us to Baku, as there is only one enemy within the area.
Does that
one enemy that's non-restrained?
How wounded does that enemy look?
He looks winded.
Did he take an attack on Giral when he attacked?
No, he used his last turn to break out of grasps with the snake.
Okay. Is that technically considered an attack towards someone else?
No.
Okay.
Your action disengage with someone that's restraining you.
And he's looking quite bloodied?
He's looking winded.
Okay. I am going to shield bash him. That's definitely not going to make it. 9 contested.
You knock him prone.
Ha! All right. And now going for an attack. 17 on the die. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 magical slashing. Second attack. 11, 12, 13. Soft 20. 8 magical slashing. And that is it. Finished.
All right. With that, we're at Rylu.
I'm getting very tired of being fireballed, so I will turn around and move so that I am able to attack the asshole that keeps throwing fireballs.
So you're going back out into this area?
The best of my ability, yes.
All right. Right now, you are the only one out in the waterway, as everyone else is in the room to the west.
I'll take my chances. I will scream so that all around can hear me, and I will cast 2 Eldritch Blasts against the one that was attacking us with the fireballs. That is a natural 20 and a 19 to hit.
19 won't hit as he casts shield, but the natural 20 will.
That will be 8, 16. That'll be 16 and pushed 10 feet.
All right, 16 point of damage as you hear, "How dare you!" But yeah, other than that, you're good.
I will curse in Draconic as I do so.
All right. Anything else? Or are you staying on that side?
I will move to where I take as little damage as I can from the next fireball.
That's not what I asked. Are you on the eastern or the western side of the door?
I will move towards the. I'll take 5 foot into the western side.
All right. So now
my turn.
Everyone is on the western side of the door. At the end of your turn, I'm going to need dex saving throws from everyone.
Am I in that area?
Yes, you are.
That's automatic fail. Let me just save then.
Yes, for you and Zarok. As Virgil has taken 2 failed death saves and Zarok has taken 1. Baku fails on his save. Zarok succeeds. Or Zarok, since you're down, you take an auto failed save for this because you just take the damage. Giral is going to be successful. Jack and Rylu are going to be unsuccessful as this fireball goes off. That is going to be 10.
Does 13 change it?
13 does not. Going to be 10, 22, 30, 35 points of fire damage on a failed, 17 on a success. Did anyone go down with that blast?
Baku's down.
I'm down.
Rylu and Baku went down.
Gerald is still standing.
Okay. Zrock and Virgil both took their hits, and Jack is an inch away from death, but he is still alive.
Say again?
Jack is an inch away from death, but he is still alive. And with this, that's going to take us to the Purebloods. They're going to try and cast Suggestion Mass on the only one they can see right now on this side. So I need 3 Wisdom saves from Joral as they use that last slot.
How are they faring after those constricts?
You see 2 that are near, actually 3 that are near death, and 3 that are winded.
And
well, they're only no, I'm sorry, the 6 that are constricted. These 2 back here are looking rather bloodied, and you still have you on that one. He's looking rather bloodied.
And you said 3 wisdom saves?
Yeah, 3 whiz saves.
My lowest was a 16.
You succeed on all of them, staving off the magic as all the purebloods remain restrained by your snakes. Virgil, death save.
Right. How many people are still up?
Can I use inspiration on this one?
You cannot use inspiration for death saving throws, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, how many people are still up?
You and Jack, the albino dwarf.
Okay. And Jack's now inside the room?
He is inside the room.
Okay.
A leaf could knock him over, but he is still alive.
Alrighty.
That's going to be an 8. My character is dead.
And you start to hear Virgil cough up his last bit of blood. Virgil, the white light that you were once walking towards now fades off as a magnificent magnolia tree appears in front of you. Standing around it are several adventurers that seem to be covered in scars, covered in different maims and different injuries, as they've passed through their travels on the River Styx. You've transformed to the other side, and you have passed over from the realm of the Sword Coast to that of the River Styx. And you now have the opportunity to dwell and reflect on your life, for you have a new journey ahead of you. At the base of this tree, there is a portal, and whichever point you are ready, you can pass through it. But before you have anything else to say or anything else you'd like to convey back to the world, i.e. the surrogate that you can now take over, you can do that before you pass through.
There are no words for failure.
And with that, that takes us to the Malison. Now, as the Malisons move in, 2 of them have to use athletics check to break out. This one is able to break out, but it takes his action. The other one by Jaral remains within his stay. This one is going to take his action or his turn, stepping back this direction, trying to take access to the situation and ready to melee attacks if anyone runs within his range. Jack, what would you like to do? And Jack is going to cast Mass Healing Word since he is inside of the doorway. He is not able to get counterspelled, and that's going to be 11 hit points for everyone that is knocked unconscious, except for Virgil. With that, that brings back up Zarok, Rylu, and Baku. That is your bonus action. What all would you like to do for a main action, Jack? As Jack casts guidance on Baku. Jaral, what would you like to do, seeing your other comrades start to open their eyes?
Jeez. Well, seeing as how that last attack dropped me out of animal form, let's see. Bonus action, Flame Blade.
Okay.
and attack the one. There's only one. There's only one still alive next to me, right?
Yes, and he's constricted.
That is an 18 to hit.
Damage.
And 22 fire damage.
22 fire damage will take him down.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I got a little snake next to me. That snake is going to slither over to the healthiest looking of the bottom three and try to constrict it as well.
Okay.
Nat 20.
He is constricted. As all enemies within the room now are constricted.
18 damage to the healthiest looking of the three southern.
Takes him out.
Okay. All right. So from top right to bottom left, I will type them out.
Thank you, sir. And as you're doing that, Zarok, what would you like to do? Surging with a bit more life. Zarok.
Muted, Zrock.
Okay, I'm mute. I'm gonna Rage Frenzy to get in my 2 attacks and try and kill the 2 nearest to me.
Okay, you have advantage on those attacks because they're restrained.
Do I get double advantage then? Because Frenzy gives me
no,
advantage?
No, advantage doesn't stack.
That's too bad. Alright, so I'll roll for the first attack, and I got a 6.
A 6 is probably not going to make
So
contact
we
even with your
roll
modifiers.
4. Bad. So that one was bad. So now I'm gonna roll for a second attack.
Okay.
4. Roll again. 20.
That will make contact.
Alright. And then damage.
Roll
2d6.
damage dice twice if you got a nat 20.
Oh, I rolled the damage twice? Alright.
Yeah, roll the damage twice.
Alright, got 9 and 14.
That's actually able to cleave through one of the ones on the northern passageways. Another snake is freed up.
And I'm all out of actions.
Baku.
Baku is surging for life. Is Virgil within my sight? Do I
Virgil is within your sight line, yes.
Do I see his body dead?
Yes. You see his body.
Baku is just going to fill with rage and anger, and he's going to stand up and try and make his way to those 2 to the west, just screaming at the top of his lungs as he rushes them. He's going to attack. Will be the south one first with the longsword. 14 plus modifiers, 7 magical slashing. And
Takes
then
him down.
the one to the north. I'm sorry, the one to the south. I started with north.
All hit your roll.
Boom! Nat 20. There's an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points of damage on that one to the south.
Takes him down.
Hell
As
yeah.
you and the snake rip him to pieces, as 3 of the pure bloods get hacked
Runs
like
up,
sushi.
just hacks them straight in half one by one. And then I am going to action surge and drink a potion. I'm sorry? Cutting out.
Hold on, what was that? Sorry, you were cutting out.
Oh, I was cutting out. Sorry. Action surge and drink a potion as well.
Okay.
And that's it.
And with that, that's going to take us to Rylu.
The one that had hexed Is he down now?
Yes, that one that you had hexed is dead now.
Okay. I will move outside of the room to the east. I will locate the one who cast Fireball once more. I will use my bonus action to place Hex upon him. I will do the One Trick Wonder and Eldritch Blast his ass. That is a base 14 plus 21 to hit and a 17 to hit. I am currently not hearing anything.
Albert, we can't hear you if you're speaking.
We still got the map, but we've lost Al's normalness. If you ever had it.
There we go, Riley. Sorry about cutting that out.
No problem. Did both of them hit or?
What was the to hit? Oh, sorry. You went out to the eastern side to try and shoot the fireball user, right?
Yes.
As you did that, you no longer see the source of that caster. You only see that red torchlight exuding out into the watery area. Almost as if he moved to cast the fireball and then walked back into his room to avoid view.
I will still cast a fireball into the room then.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's going to hit or not. I just want to throw fire into the room. That will be 17. And it is 2d10. And that will be 11 damage for whatever that constant
will actually
is.
take out the last Yonti Malison.
Awesome. And that will be my turn.
All right, with that, as you're all awaiting another fireball, it doesn't seem to echo around. As the last Yonti Melsons try to break out of their restraints, and they fail, as they're the only two alive left in this area. Jack, what would you like to do? Because we're 30 seconds into combat. All right, you step outside and look for the fireball guy. You do not see him as you look 50 feet to the north in that watery walkway. And while you're doing that, Gerald, what would you like to do? He casts Cure Wounds upon himself for 8 points. So, Gerald.
There's still 2 alive, huh?
Yeah, 2 alive and constricted by your snakes. Your
All
slither
right.
snakes.
4 snakes for each of them. One sec.
All the dice.
All right. So none of them missed. 1 crit.
And they're dead.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they had like the max had like 10 health points left.
Yeah, that was a minimum of 12 damage per each.
Yeah, I believe it. Holy crap.
Not
anything-
bad for
what else did you roll as the room is now empty?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he won't help you here. You see a dead corpse of one of your comrades lying on the floor. The other ones are getting up and dusting themselves off.
Are we out of initiative?
Yes, we are out of initiative.
What the bloody hell was that?
That was us walking into a snake nest. Mister, I want to check that door, by the way.
Don't make me shoot beer up my nose.
I was very clear of a welcoming party upon my voicing.
And I wanted to check the door, not break the door.
I want to note that in Zrock's rage, he's continuing to hack and slash the bodies for his fallen comrade.
Hey, Zrock. We need meat, not slurry.
Don't want to make Yanti nuggets.
You know,
He takes one more
you know,
stab
they
with his
must
sword.
hear us if we pull out
I'm
all
okay
the
with
stops
nuggets,
and
not a
let
smoothie.
fireworks.
Baku is very sadly going to assist Jason with the burial rites for Virgil.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm stitching a burial shroud out of these snake skins.
And this is the second comrade we have lost on this death hunt.
I say we make a snake bang necklace for him for all the fallen.
And the
Snakes.
albino dwarf is able to make quite the grave for him in this Yanti nest, as one of your fallen comrades is laid to rest, as he has vivid dreams of, well, floating down the river Styx and the adventures that come within.
So,
What would you like to do?
do we want to hunt down that fireballer? Or do we want to go outside and maybe take a nap and maybe recruit some more help?
Oh,
My health says that it would be nice to rebuild myself a little bit.
it looks as though many of us are heavily wounded. We definitely are not in any condition to go seeking a fight at this point, I think.
Only if I take out all the stops against them.
I can fight if it's just the one. I got enough health for that.
Baku is looking pretty bloodied at this point.
So start passing out health potions.
Fuck, we're gonna burn how many of these? All right.
No, I'm okay if you guys want to go take a long rest upstairs.
Long rest.
If you want to
I'm
kill,
assuming
kill.
I can't just jump in right this second, can I, Albert?
No, and this is probably where we're going to end off for the rest of tonight, just because the next couple directions that y'all are go is going to go into a bit of a different storyline. So I'd like to figure out where y'all would want to go, kind of resolving situations. And Virgil, if you'd like to bring your character, or Brad, if you want to bring your new character in now, you can. But I need to know where y'all are going to finish up this adventure.
First off,
Let's do a long rest.
Yes. Are we?
We have
do a
boys
long
at the beginning of the next game.
I just want to search the bodies first.
Oh,
Yes.
That's
same.
okay.
Same. Double
Search the
same.
bodies.
27 perception.
I got a rock hard 17.
The Rock 17, there doesn't seem to be any gold or anything of value within this area.
Not even poisoned arrows, huh?
Not even poisoned arrows. No, not explicitly listed in the text.
Not
It's
even if
part
I
of the
yanked them
Yankee
out of my shoulder.
Yeah, are they still poisoned if they're still in us?
You'd think, but no.
Alrighty.
Not hypodermic needles, gents.
Okay, so are we going to head north, or do we want, when we come back, because presumably we're going up topside to long rest before we venture further? Do we want to continue along? Do we
If you
want to
want to go
continue?
outside and try and rest normal, we can try and do that now. I can end with the TPK. That's cool. Not like Fireball has a range of 120 feet.
To be fair, he's got to get into that doorway.
What I was
Very
going
true.
to suggest is we take all the bodies and stack them up one on top of each other and make a temp wall in front of the doorway.
You certainly have enough bodies for that.
Feel like my character would have a slight problem with that.
I think that after being
Pretty
fireballed twice, that my character has no problem with that.
Hey, it was like 3 or 4 times, and what's wrong with a multi-level burial shrine? Pyramids are cool. Why can't you do
I
it
will
with bodies?
contest you in a roll.
As long as we stack the bodies and I can do the burial rites for them, it's fine. You want to, whatever.
I was going to say, I'll do a straight roll against you.
mass grave.
Okay, so, are we resting here or going topside?
Well,
As half of your comrades are shoveling bodies in the doorway.
are we able to get outside and come back and not be attacked again?
That is the question.
I mean, we've made it here once, but can we go outside and come back without being attacked again? If you think we can, I'm all for it, but
As you recall, we weren't actually attacked on the way back in.
Yeah.
yes, but that was before 4 fireballs and killing 12 others and making a lot of noise. And that gives them 8 hours of preparation time.
Well, let's vote.
I could do a high-low roll. But if you think that we can, I'll go with you.
Everyone in chat, write either top or
Top or bottom? Who wants to be the power dynamic?
top or bottom.
All right, it appears as if your albino dwarf wants to be a power top and head to the surface.
Votes.
Oh, God.
You know what? I will cave and I will help and go to the top. Because if we all stay aware and he can do that water walking again.
Zarok, draw.
Through
Top
top.
side. Tired of this.
All right.
place.
Well,
Top
as
or
everyone
top?
goes top side, or is that the consensus? Is top side?
Top
Yeah.
side it is.
3 for top. We only have 2.
As you'll leave the area, you were able to make it 20 feet south of the door before I need everyone to make a dex save.
And another goddamn wait. Counterspell.
As a mighty fireball comes raining down upon the party.
What about that?
Even if
The
I
spell magic
cast-
is a reaction, sadly.
Even
What's
if I
that?
cast counterspell?
What was that? Sorry, you were cutting out, Rylu.
Rylu cast
Even if I cast counterspell?
You cast counterspell at what level?
3rd.
As you cast counterspell at 3rd level, he counterspells your counterspell as his reaction to your reaction. Search per sage advice. That does happen. He is casting a 5th level fireball right now. If you'd like to roll off our Arcana check, you can see what you would have gotten prior to the counterspell. But I'm going to go into his feeling for it. Since he's seen y'all take down 12 of his comrades, he's going to burn that extra spell slot as his reaction.
So I can roll to see what would have been, or I should just go ahead and roll for the dex save.
Go save. Arcana check was just for thematical purposes, for if he
Okay.
hadn't casted the counterspell.
Okay, I will do that then. Oh shit, that was a 2.
Thank you for making me use a higher level spell slot, though.
Yeah. That is a soft 20 for the save, and my roll was base 15.
All right, so it looks like Jason or Jack and Zarok are going to be the only ones affected by this counterspell, as y'all are 20 feet south of the door, 80 feet away from this from the person that cast the spell. As you take 10, 20, 30, 35 points of damage on a fail, 17 on a success, unless you're Baku. And Jack, your albino dwarf, falls unconscious as y'all are 20 feet south of that door. What would y'all like to do?
8.
So we're not currently in initiative.
No, just because I don't want to keep track of everyone's tracker for just one NPC. What would y'all like to do? Because y'all do still see him in the doorway. Y'all are about 60, 65 feet, well, 60, 70 feet away from him, depending on where you are in the marching order.
I actually have 60 feet-ish away from him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, y'all are within 60 feet because counterspell range.
Okay.
Actually, so Z-Rock and Jack, you're are down. Your albino dwarf and your human variant barbarian.
Baku's going to use a health potion on Jason.
Okay. The albino dwarf gets healed up.
I'll let you roll that, Jason. 2d4 plus 2.
I'm currently looking through all of my freaking spells right now. So
as y'all do this, it seems very Star Wars-esque as a dark figure comes out of that alcove on the northern wall, and he extends a sword from his right hand. He casts he uses a bonus action to activate a fire tongue or a flame tongue longsword that exudes light through the entire area. As you basically see a lightsaber from Darth Vader's hand go off 60 feet away from you.
Can I cast Dispel Magic whenever it's my turn? Because I'm not sure how we're doing this.
Now, if you're casting Dispel Magic, where are you centering that?
Around that Sith Lord.
As you cast Dispel Magic around the sword.
No, the Sith Lord.
No, as you cast Dispel Magic around the Sith Lord, that is going to cause his sword to go back into its hilt as it dispels the magic from it being activated.
Can I ask the 60 foot from the one that cast Firebolt, is he in the doorway as well?
He is the only one. He is the one that cast Fireball.
Okay.
Y'all are talking to one enemy right now. You are face to face with Rosna C, 60 feet away.
Right after he counterspelled and it turned into our turn, I will use the spell Darkness centered upon him.
Okay. So is Rylu cast Darkness centered upon Rosna C? What would y'all like to do?
Baku's going to down a health potion. Yeah, should do a health potion himself.
Okay.
How long is he just standing there watching us for now?
Yeah, he's just standing there watching y'all from now. Right now, we still are waiting for the effects for his turn to reset over after the darkness was cast.
Baku is then going to scream, "You want a fight? I'll give you a fight!" After I drink a couple more health potions.
You have one. No, you have one turn of drinking health potions as you do that.
Okay.
Before his next round of effects go off.
Take another one.
Essentially, how many turns are we being given?
This is the same. This is the same starting turn right now.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm giving anyone else that would like to do effects right now the opportunity to, because one of your comrades is still down. You have cast Darkness. Baku is drinking healing potions. Jaral and no, Jack's down. Jaral's still just standing, seeing what's going on as a turn of swords. Other than that, I'll give you all a few seconds before I give Rosnassi's next play.
Jack is up. I gave him a healing potion.
Oh, Jack is up. Zorak is still down.
Yes, correct.
You know what, Zorak, give me a death saving throw.
And then Baku's also going to run towards him while drinking that health potion. And then pull out his
Towards who?
Rosnassi.
So you
I
run
got
towards him.
18 for my save.
Okay. Successful.
All right, and Jaral is going to cast Conjure Animals and summon 2 giant octopuses next to Rosnassi.
You cannot see within a certain radius of Rosnassi. He has darkness cast upon him. You have to cast
next to where he was
20
before the darkness was cast.
You cannot see that point. You have to cast it 20 feet away from Rosnassi. You have to see the point from which you're casting. The closest point is on the edge of that darkness that was cast by Railu.
Okay. I will summon them on the outskirts of the darkness. They will go ahead and swim in to where he was and attempt to grapple him.
All right. So if y'all want to continue with the Rosnassi battle, I'll need everyone to roll initiative.
As dumb as it sounds, with my being able to see through darkness, would I be able to use a free action to shout, "He's right there in front of you," or anything?
You wouldn't
towards
be
the
able
one
to
surrounding
unless
him?
you act before Jaral.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now that we're in initiative.
Gotcha.
Do my octopuses get to attack him before this
They
initiative?
do not. No, we go in as you're casting that spell. We're getting initiative for them, so go ahead and roll a separate initiative for you and your octopuses.
Okay. Oh, geez, what's your dex? Interesting.
How long has it been since Jason cast Bless?
The last one has been more than a minute.
It's been more than a minute?
Yes.
Since I casted the last one.
Okay, so it's no longer in effect.
Correct.
But didn't he cast the bless upon someone else?
No.
He's cast it twice as an action.
Today, I don't think.
No, he cast guidance on me once. I think that's
Okay.
Reminding you people about Bless because you don't do it.
I've been using it.
Yeah, only you.
My D4 has been sitting right in front of me the whole time. The D4 and the D20 and others.
All right, before we do this, can I run to the bathroom, please?
Yes, I was about to ask the same thing. That's why I'm trying to draw this out really quickly. Line y'all up. I was expecting y'all to try and attack Rosnassi. This is either about to go really south or really spectacular.
Could we hold this game until next week? And the reason why I ask is because I have to be up at 4:30, guys.
Yeah, sames. Well, 4.
So if we all record where we're at right now.
I can do whatever. I can stay and kill this bitch, or I can go to bed. Whatever.
What would y'all like to do? I'd take a team vote right now if y'all want to continue with the battle right now or take a pause.
I would like to take a pause, preferably.
It's up to you guys.
Do we want to retcon back to the room?
No, that is not an option.
Yeah, no, it's just like we pause as everything is being surrounded. The map gets saved.
I know. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just throwing out another suggestion.
Kind of sucks to end right here, but I mean, I'm indifferent, so I'm done.
We'll
for
pick
whatever.
back up next week at this point.
Okay.
Wait, should everyone have all their initiatives written down and everything first?
No, we'll do a new initiative at the start of the next turn.
Damn it, because I had a 20.
Yeah, I know. That
With a
would
new
be nice.
character for Brad.
Yes, with a new character for Brad that will be able to come running in at the end of that into that last combat into this one.
Okay.
Alright. I'm sorry to put this all on y'all, but I need sleep.
It is all good. I was not expecting that Rosna battle, and I was about to be very, very vicious with how I used his spell slots.
Well, you could have let us leave instead of throwing that fireball.
I could have, but that's not what Rosna would have let you do. I have to play the character who just had 12 of his best, 12 of his comrades, 6 of his purebloods killed.
Yeah, but I mean, is he really that attached to them? More so than himself?
Yeah. How much damage have you done to
on
him?
the other side of the door.
Have we done or are we about to do?
Exactly. Yeah. He doesn't know how much damage y'all can dish out in a couple of turns. He just knows that you're doing damage to his comrades, so he's going to keep fireballing you until you go down.
Well, quick question. The sword he pulled out. Never mind, I'm not going to ask that.
Yeah, it's basically a magic item that was dispelled back into holding. It'll take another bonus action for him to unsheath it again.
So when it was dispelled, was there no blade there?
Was there what?
When
was there no blade? Was it like an actual lightsaber?
The blade go.
Right, if we're pausing here, I'm out. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Sorry.
It basically just caused it to sheath itself. It didn't dispel the magic of a flame tongue.
Will the experience be recorded at the very end of this next battle?
Yeah, it'll be recorded at the end. No, at the end of this point. I'll calculate up everything tonight.
Okay, sounds good. I just wanted to know before everyone logged off.
Yeah.
So we end off with Baku running and screaming towards Raznasi.
Good night, all.
I get EXP?
Technically, yes, because you're still alive.
Yes. How much do I get?
I'll calculate it at the end. I'll send it in the group message.
Yeah.
All right. Later, gents.
Later, man.
Later.
Thanks, Albert.